Hey, love yourself. What's going on? We here. I'm about to put the link in soon. As soon as I come on, the link will be in there. We're going to talk about it. This is the conversation today. Hey, love yourself. Hey, what's going on? We here. I'm going to put the link in soon. Yeah. Let me send this out to some people. Can nobody love me better? No, I don't want to go to this page. Yes, sir. We're going to get it in. Can nobody love me better? Can nobody know you dope this way? I'm singing all off key. But hey. Once again, happy birthday, Faces and Beyond. Today is your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Yeah. Let's see. All right, let's go, y'all. Let's hit it.
I know my parents love me, stand behind me come what may. I know now that I'm ready, for I finally heard them say, you can kiss it, you can take it. Just remember that you can talk. Oh, it's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. Hey, than where you come from. Ooh, than where you come from. So they got me, they keep coming what you said. They got me to know, say you love it, what you don't do now. Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Tell you what I will never be free, stand you. Nothing tomorrow, but tonight I want to spend you. Down, make it down. So I'm hoping I'm a
Say stop with the say no. There you go again, that voice is low. Watch you get your girlfriend. You've been waiting patiently, wondering when and where I'll be. The cousin practice in the industry, making this up she can't sleep.
What's going on? What's going on? That's how we're gonna do an open panel, y'all. Open panel tonight. Topic: Why relationships today? Why relationships of today don't compare to the relationships of the old? I'm going there today, y'all. I'm going there today. And the reason why I'm going there is because there's a lot of conversations about what's going on. There's a lot of conversations of men don't appreciate women and women don't appreciate men. So let's really see what the problem is. All right. So there we is. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. And while folks getting ready to hit that link, we're going to finish this song. Let's go.
Oh, he's our chance to make it. If we focus on our goal, we can get shot. Yeah, just remember that you can try. It's a different world. Ooh, it's a different world, yeah, than where you come from.
Hey.
Trouble in my way. Sometimes I have to find some time. Lie awake at night. So many sleepless nights. The lonely road. The breakers make time. I shall not sway. He holds me fast. It's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. Different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. It's a different world. Sing it, sing and sing it. Every ball, from the peaceful shore, that's the master. Mercy, just let it cry. Pick me up, let me turn you on, and let me place my feet on a solid ground. He'll save you, he'll raise you, he'll heal you, he'll build. It's a different world. It's a different world. Where we come from. Yeah.
All right. We're going to get into it. Now, Aaron, on this panel, you got to be vocal. You got to be able to talk. I need some women up here along with the guys. I need some women along with the guys. Because I want to hear a woman's opinion. I want to hear a difference of opinion. I have one guy. I think by getting up here, do I have any females that's going to hit that link? Because we're going to talk about it tonight. What we talking about is real in the field. That's it. Yes, sir. What we talking about is real in the field. And I'm going live on 3 different platforms right now. So let's talk about it. Why relationships of old don't compare? I think that's what I said. Why relationships of today don't compare to the relationships of the old? Let's talk about it. hit that like button. Hit that like button as you come in. But I want to know what's going on in this world. Hold on, I'm about to go live on YouTube. I mean on Facebook. Topic: why relationships of today don't compare to relationships of old. All right, done. Let's flip this around. Bang. Let's put this up in a demographic section. Bang. Flip it up. Bang. Flip it again. Bang. Let's go. We're going to talk about it right there. Start live. Come on. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know who this is. Chef Fat Bastard. Who is that? Get in me, Billy. 2, 3. Say something, man.
What up?
You want to talk loud. Oh, Malik, what's up?
What's happening?
What's going on?
All right, now can I get some women to get up here? Because we're going to talk about it. I don't care if you visiting in the bushes, but we're going to talk about why relationships of today don't compare to the relationships of old. But I'm gonna start it out. I was having a conversation with one of my homegirls, right? Which prompted a conversation with me, Niecy, Toy, and Alicia. And me and my homegirl talked about, why men are scared to really open up to women, and why some women shield themselves from good men. And then I left that conversation and went into a conversation with Toy, Niecy, and Alicia about what's the difference between an old relationship of the old day and a relationship of the new day. What are the differences? Why is it that relationships of today can't sustain like the relationships of the old?
Can I answer?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Oh, somebody cut that playback. Now.
Hold on.
Where Brooke at? Brooke need to be on this one. Oh, she lied. I hear her loud mouth all the way through it.
All right. First of all,
and somebody tell Brooke she need to be over here for this one. Hey, Caramel, and you need to hit that link. You don't gotta show your face, but you need to hit that link because we talking about it today. Why relationships can't be sustained today like they used to be in the old?
Well, first of all, the belief system is a lot different.
I tell everybody who you are, Chef Fat Bastard.
I'm Malik. If you don't know me, you don't know your damn self.
Yeah, but they can't see you because, and your picture, nothing is popping up because you don't have a picture, but they just see my box light up green every time you talk. That's why I said that.
Okay, well, shout out to me getting a new phone tomorrow. No more iPhone. But now, for those who don't know, I'm Malik. It may say El Jefe 1644 or
right.
El Capo 46. I want you to realize that the belief system of today is not the same. Pardon me one second.
Hey, Look, all of y'all that's on Facebook, if y'all want to get in the chat, I will put the link in the chat. That's all y'all gotta say is drop the link, and I will put the link in the chat for y'all. But I don't want to drop the link and nobody come. This is a hot conversation that we're having, and it's a serious conversation because somebody needs to hear these difference of opinions somewhere.
Well, like
say, drop the link. Okay, go ahead.
The belief system is different on both parts. Once upon a time, you had the structure of the household was a lot different.
Okay.
And when men sought out for women, they sought out for a particular type of woman, and vice versa.
Okay.
You know how they say sometimes women tend to gear towards men who are like their father.
Okay.
So nowadays, you have a lot of homes where females don't have a father figure. So the belief system or our value system has kind of changed. Everything has kind of went from direct to impersonal.
Okay.
So a lot of times where you would have the ability to have a direct conversation, now you have all these other avenues. See, and I keep saying this, and a lot of people tend not to agree.
Okay.
The rise of social media made clowns become real people and real people become non-existent. And I see that because back in the day, Dana had to approach Tanya.
Right.
Now, Dana don't have to say nothing to Tanya at all. Dana can walk outside, take a picture by Mike Maserati, and now Tanya is interested in Dana via a picture. Everything has went from personable to indirect. Everything now is about likes. It's about an image that you paint that someone is going to buy.
Okay, hold on for a second, Malik. Everybody on Facebook, the link is pinned. That's all you gotta do is hit the link, and it'll bring you over here. And I'll be waiting, and I'll let you in on the panel, and we can all have this conversation. Sorry about that, Malik. Go ahead.
So nowadays, you don't have the ability to really get to know somebody. I had this conversation with Brooke last night because her question was, after a year, if the girl you were dating said they needed some time and space to get themselves together, what would you do? I said, well, we only been dating a year, so bye. It's only a year in, so you have to. Truth be told, you're not losing any time, nor are you gaining any time.
Let me ask you this part. You are dating somebody that you're friends with. I'm gonna give you some scenarios. You're dating somebody that you've been friends with, right? Okay, you understand that this person is a great person, man or woman, or i.e. both. However, one has been scarred more than the other, but the other party has been scarred too. With that being said, the communication factor is existence but non-existence under heated pressure. What would you do? Would you continue the relationship or would you let it go?
I'm a communicator. We can't solve anything without communication.
Right.
Now, if the communication has to be in bits and pieces in order for us to get a full scope of what and I'll say the word issue is, then that's fine. But if you don't communicate, it's no way to solve the issue, because all it's going to do is continue to make somebody frustrated and somebody miserable.
Okay. Hold on.
And I say that
Go ahead. Go ahead. I just let Brooke in. That's all.
I'm saying that to say to solve the issue. Without the communication, who's to know what the real issue is?
So, okay, so it's condescending, and because, like you said, and without communication, who knows what the issue is? However, if one is acting like and communication is not really needed, but the other is saying, I really need communication, and because I don't want to prejudge, then what?
Okay, let's go to the origin of this. First of all, are we having a healthy communication, or are we just talking to each other?
Y'all in a relationship.
So see that doesn't mean anything. Like, okay, for example,
no, y'all in a full-fledged relationship. Sex is included, traveling's included. Everything revolves around y'all.
What I'm saying to you is, and I heard that. Case in point, because you brought her on this panel. So for those who don't know, this rebuttal is not picking at her. I'm just using her as an example.
Right.
Brooke is one who communicates, but she communicates when necessary for her. In the dialogue to which you're trying to resolve an issue, that's not good. Meaning, if she said, well, can you tell me how I can change and be a better person or a better wife? And I say,
hold on, wait, Earn. Yo. Hold on, somebody playback is great. Oh, that's mine. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead, Malik. I'm sorry.
So let's say Brooke say, well, tell me how I could be a better wife to you or going forward. And I say, well, I think that you should cook more.
Right.
Well, I gotta cook more. Can it be something else? And right there, you get the disconnect in the communication because you asked me a question, I gave you my answer. You didn't like the answer I gave. Now you want a better answer. See, communication is about being able to accept what a person say, digest it, and come to a common ground. And if you think about a lot of conversations, even the ones that you overhear or that you're a part of, somewhere in the conversation, before somebody gets frustrated, you have a disconnect in communication.
Right. So how can one avoid the disconnect?
You got to know your audience.
Even if the audience is someone that you love?
You got to know your audience. Meaning, anytime I want to get through to you, I talk to you like you in Baltimore.
Right.
Because it instantly triggers in your mind, and no disrespect, yo, I really don't like home because home ain't what it used to be.
Facts.
But I gotta listen to this message because he's trying to tell me something directly. And if I don't focus in, I'm missing. He's trying to prevent me from doing something out of character. That's why he's talking this way.
Facts.
Now, everybody doesn't know their audience. That's what I mean by knowing your audience. Like, just by what I watched earlier. I think the gentleman's name is Aaron.
Okay.
That's on the panel. He seems to be a chipper, and I don't want to say silly, but a chipper, kind of laid back type of dude.
Right.
And disrespect, homie, meaning like the whole Soldier Boy thing. Like, he was into that. Well, whatever the joke y'all was doing earlier,
right.
And you was like, I told you, you're going to have your music together. He was into the whole, got out the chair, the little wobble there. He was into the whole thing.
Right.
Because, and I heard it was somebody's birthday, so shout out to them on the birthday. And again, not trying to attack his character. That's just where he is. So if I had some kind of issue, I would come across or go to some type of setting to which he's going to be able to relax and receive my message. Meaning, I wouldn't take him to Melbourne on a Monday night.
Right.
Because no pun intended, he's not going to be on the cock hunt.
Right.
But if we slide past the Paradox and it's 9:30, he going to be all with it because they playing a little dumb little music, the little wobble wobble, It Takes Two. They play all that old funny upbeat chipper music.
Right.
So he's gonna be, hey, doing a little two-step or whatever he do, but he also will have his antennas up because he's gonna be listening because he's in a comfortable environment, he's laid back, and he's receptive to whatever the conversation is.
Okay.
See, you gotta have a person to get the best result in their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Or somewhere to where they don't feel judged or out of pocket. Or I won't say out of pocket. They don't feel at a disadvantage.
Okay, let's let Brooke answer. Brooke, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Did you get the first question?
I don't think I did. I had just came in. I had dozed off for a minute. I missed the party and everything, but go ahead, just do the question real quick and then I answer.
You was just in there fussing at somebody on live. You ain't missed no party.
No, I wasn't. I promise you I wasn't here. Not had dozed off.
Pretty much, and we talking about why relationships of today don't compare to relationships of old.
Okay.
And pretty much what we're trying to figure out is, and because in relationships of today really don't last.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like old relationships, they will last like 30, 40, 60, 65 years. Well, what relationships now, if you last more than 3 months, then you good. And it's like, how is that possible? Where did the disconnect come in at? And on top of that, answer that one first.
All right. So just to kind of piggyback on the
hold on. If any more ladies want to come on, hit the link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. This is an open discussion. We wanna help some people that's struggling or that's in this situation. Maybe we can help them get their relationship back on track. Go ahead, bro.
All right. So first of all, shout out to my dream team people. Hey, y'all. I didn't
Cuzzo,
drop
hit
down
the link, Cuzzo.
So I'm just coming up. But to answer your question, number one, it's a difference in time. And that was one of the things that when I was speaking to Malik earlier, I was trying to explain to him about something that was totally different, but it still implies to this particular conversation because it is a difference in time. That's number one. Number two, when it comes down to relationships, it is always 3 ways in a relationship. I used to believe it was.
Hold on, bro. And the link is at the top of the chat on YouTube and on Facebook. And the link is pinned to the top of the chat on YouTube and Facebook. I'm sorry, Brooke, go ahead.
All right. So number two, when it comes to like a disconnect, I want to kind of piggyback off of what Malik said. Number one, it's an age difference in me and his relationship. And
are y'all in a relationship or are y'all in a marriage?
Or marriage. I'm sorry. I'm just talking in general. I'm talking, but I'm referencing. I'm talking. So what I mean by relationship, because before we was in a marriage, we had to be in a relationship, right? So however you look at it, we still have to continue to grow with one another. And communication is absolutely a big part of it. But being able to compromise is also a big part of it. And I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna be open. I'm gonna say this, and I hope he don't take it offensively, but One of the things when we first started dating, I used to have issues with was him comparing me to his ex-girlfriend. And
Okay.
I used to always tell him, don't do that. I'm not your ex-girlfriend. If you want your ex-girlfriend, then you need to go back to your ex-girlfriend. I'm America. So if you can't accept me for who the fuck I am, then leave me alone.
No
Maybe like
cussing.
in the
Okay.
maybe in the first few years, maybe 1 or 2. After that, it kind of calmed down because he began to understand, like, you know what, you're right. If I'm gonna be with you, I'm gonna be with you for you, not doing a comparison thing, because that can make somebody feel awkward. But
Right.
people are built differently. And I can give you a prime example. I'm not a person who's set in my ways. I can literally sit down, have a conversation, and figure some stuff out. Other people, mainly men, once these men get set in their stature, they set. They don't want to hear nothing else. They don't want to think outside the box, or they don't want to think, okay, for somebody else, unless it's convenient for them. And when you are in a relationship, it's not about you anymore. When you are in a marriage, it definitely ain't about you. It's going to be God first, then the man, then the woman. That's how it's supposed to go. But that doesn't mean that the man treat the woman any kind of way. You still supposed to make sure that your woman means womb. Woman carries the womb, the baby, the mother, the womb. That's where woman came from. A lot of people don't really understand that and how that operates. The man was here first. Then God gave the man companion. That's why the companion is warm man. Womb meaning carrying and developing the baby. Okay. So technically the man does carry the woman, and the man has given the woman the rib. Yes, that all of that stuff should play a part into any relationship, especially if you are belief and you have a strong belief in God or spiritual belief in whatever, right? That should play a big part of it. Communication has to be 2 ways. It can't be one way. It can't be, hey, well, I like for you to do this, and I like for you to do this. And then when the other person say, well, I want you to do this, you look at that other person like they crazy. Like, I ain't doing that. You got me fucked up. Oh, but excuse me, you got me messed up. So you want me to do something that you want me to do, but when I ask you to do something, it's the issue. That's not fair. And that's where a lot of arguments come in. That's where a lot of people who are in relationships may disagree. How can I say this without being so harsh? At the end of the day, in order for a relationship, marriage, friendship to work, it has to be trust, it has to be communication, and then it has to be compromise. At any given time, you're going to have to compromise for whomever, whether it's a friend, whether it's a spouse, even whether it's a child. If you ain't willing to compromise and put yourself second, then it's no need for you to be in a relationship, because it's not going to work. It's not. And now to answer the second part of the question about the relationships and why things aren't the same as it is, I'm happy that God put me here when he put me here. I'll always talk about it when it comes up. If I was here back in slavery times, I wouldn't have made it. I would have been dead, because master, he would have either whipped me, or I wouldn't be here, because ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do, make me go out and listen, I'm not doing none of that at all. I wouldn't have made it then.
Now
Not
wait,
just
bro.
that.
Now wait,
Hold on
wait,
real
wait.
quick. Let me finish my statement. Not
Go
just that. When it comes down to other people, my dad has always been a big part of my life. He still is. I love my daddy. I'll probably go see him hopefully tomorrow if I can. But he has always been in my life, and he's always let me know, if you're going to be with a man, if you're going to have a man in your life, your husband, he needs to be able to provide for you. He needs to be able to make sure that you're good 24/7. He needs to love you more than you love him. If at any point any of those boundaries aren't done, have a conversation. If it don't work, then you need to do what's best for you. But you better not ever let no man take advantage of you, beat on you, or mistreat you. Extremely mistreat you. Mistreat won't happen at some point. I'm talking about mistreat.
So I have
Okay.
a question, Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
If you, you said your dad told you Oh no, maybe I understood this wrong, but you said that can't nobody tell you what to do, and that you're your own person, right?
No, no, no. When it comes down to, I was describing the
Okay, can you
slavery
repeat
part.
that, please?
Okay, what I was talking about that was when I was saying that I don't think that I would have made it in the slavery part. When you
Why?
hear about those slavery stories, you hear about how, the master did this, and if you ain't agree, you getting the whips and all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about, as far as and can't tell me what to do. When you're in a relationship, that's what happens. The person that's what compromising is, telling somebody technically what to do in a respectful manner. That's what compromising. I ain't talking about like that. I'm talking about like, come here, I'm gonna whip you. If you don't come on over here and pull this tomato out, I'm gonna whip you black.
All right, so how about this? How about this? But I mean, what you're saying that can't no, I mean that, and you wouldn't have made it because the master and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what if I told you that you're still living in slavery times?
Well, I wouldn't believe you because I know how slavery works and I do a lot of research. And the only person who's living in slavery times will be you. Let it go.
Why would I be living in
Get,
slavery times?
Donald Trump is not getting back into presidency. He's done with. I need you to move on.
Okay, check this out. And we're not going to switch from. We're not going to switch.
But don't
from,
you ask me no question like that because you
no,
can't
no,
tell
no,
me that.
no.
I'm
Wait.
free.
Listen.
I can get up and do exactly what I want.
Listen.
Because you try to get deep. Don't get deep on that. Let's stay on topic.
Listen.
Stay on topic, Dana. Stay
Brooke,
on topic.
Brooke,
stay on topic.
Hey, Brooke, hold on, wait, because I'm going somewhere. Chill. Just.
No, but you need to stay on topic because you bring other stuff and it ain't got shit to do stuff to do with it.
Brooke, open your mind and listen. And we shouldn't be up here arguing about this.
I ain't arguing with you. I'm just telling you to stay on topic because that ain't what we talking about.
Okay. So the whole thing.
But nothing.
Okay, so the whole thing is okay because we're talking about that slavery thing another time, and we talking about why relationships of old don't compare to relationships of today.
I was getting right to answer that.
Wait, because you've been talking for 10 minutes. So wait.
I have not been talking no longer than Malik was talking.
Okay.
Because I wasn't. He always try to do that. Like, let me get my words out. And when I'm finished, I'll say,
Okay. So anyway.
Shit. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. Don't do that because that's disrespectful. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't mute me while I'm talking and don't rush me. Ask me a question and let me say what I gotta say, or else I'm gonna get off the damn panel. Don't do that. I don't disrespect you. Okay. You're not gonna disrespect me.
Okay. But that's how we're gonna do this. We ain't gonna do that. And we having a good topic, and we ain't gonna have all of the crazy stuff. Okay. No disrespect to nobody, but we ain't gonna have that. We're live.
All right, hold on. I gotta get this out.
Go ahead, Malik.
Man, yo, you had me over here thinking about pork chop, yo. And every day when he closed off his show, because he be trying to break the monotony of just all of the chaos that could have went on in his show. And at the end of every show, I don't know if you're from Baltimore now, brother.
No, I'm from New Orleans.
Aaron, the dude said something it's funny because most people don't know what it is, but it's his way of breaking the monotony because everything is not that serious. And you can see how that whole situation right there went to somebody get ready to go pop the trunk. And I'm just sitting here, but
here's the problem that I believe is going on, not within just in the streets or in the clubs, but in the churches too, and in the household. And the problem that I believe is happening is that nobody respects the next person's opinion. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, when your opinion is not respected, your value is not respected. And when your value is not respected, you as a person is not respected. So the question is, how can a person from today that want to have a successful relationship as the ones that we look up to? Because we going through all type of hell and turmoil today. But the same turmoil was there for them. How can they overcome, but we can't?
I'm gonna say this. If you don't have
what's up, Brian? What's up, bro?
If you don't have a relationship with you, then you're not going to be able to have a relationship with others, be it friend, business, intimate, or whatever. But before I finish answering, I want to shout out to Pork Chop and the brothers of Iota Phi Theta Incorporated. I say that to say, ever since I was sick, when I first found out I had the hypertension, and I started to change, and I started to sit back, and I started to really realize, like, some things are just not worth entertaining. Some things are just meant to be humorous, because a lot of times in relationships, you find yourself talking and not getting a result. Like the other day, Brooke was like, "Oh, you got a 10-cent microphone." And I was like, "What's a 10-cent microphone?" So she in turn grabbed the Yeti mic I have sitting on top of the clothes hamper. He was like, "Yeah, I seen that mic in Five Below and here." I was like, "Well, you ain't see that Yeti mic in no goddamn Five Below." But I thought about it. Maybe you did. It's not for me to sit here and say you did or you didn't see it. But I know that Yeti mic is definitely not a 10-cent mic.
Right.
And again, like I said, sometimes you gotta just let things be.
Okay.
Like every day, for those who don't know, I'm usually in bed by 8:30, sound asleep by 8:45.
Right.
So when I come on y'all, like tonight, I haven't been waking up from my first series of sleep. But I'm glad I did, because a lot of times I miss the fun, meaning the interesting conversations. No pun intended. I think the seriousness and the support that a lot of folks give R. Kelly and other other topics of that nature are interesting, but it's not an everyday thing for me. Like I'm not following panel to panel to keep talking about Musika or whoever. That ain't my thing. A topic.
I'm trying to follow you, Malik, because you going all the way around the bar.
No. A topic of something with some substance, I'm all for. But everybody has to find themselves. Meaning, like, if you don't know how to tune certain things out, you're going to find yourself in an excessive amount of arguments with your spouse about things that mean nothing to you. Like, totally nothing. Like,
okay,
well, why can't, and it's like, yo, if you ask me, do I drink Pepsi, and I tell you I prefer water, why do you keep asking me about a goddamn Pepsi? Pepsi ain't on my radar.
I look, and Ms. Linda Stark said, because today's relationships are not 50. 50, most people get married for convenience and work. Someone can do for them and not really love. That's a
I
good
would,
way to put it.
I would agree to a point, yes. Because back in the day, it was all about what you could provide. And to be perfectly honest, back in the day, most men had multiple houses.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see what Aaron got to say. Aaron, what do you got to put into this?
It's like Malik was saying, a lot of relationships is not 50, just like you said, because that's why I'm single now, because I can't, I don't do relationships because it caused too many problems for me. The other way around the board is like, I can't date if you got a problem. Everything I do, like I can't even be around nobody like that, like talking about, oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna come get you here. I'm gonna come get you there. Nah, I'm not doing that. That's not what I do.
So, question: would you compromise with somebody?
Like have a conversation, like a
No.
real.
No, I mean, like if they wanted you to meet them 50-50, it's some things that you don't like, they wanted you to curve. There's some things that you don't like that you wanted them to curve. Would you meet somebody half and half with that?
Most people don't want to compromise.
Right.
Most people want it all.
Hey, Malik, and you can't bail people out, man.
Nah, he right though.
And Malik on a bailout system tonight. Most people can't come. Wait a minute.
I'm saying I'm not on the bailout system, but I'm being realistic. Like,
right.
Yo, either you gonna do it or you're not.
Right. I mean, right. But it's either you gonna take a dump or you gonna get off the toilet.
Right. But see, you got a lot of folks who want to be coddled. They want you to keep patting their back. Well, it's okay, and it's after a certain point, it's either you boss up, man up, or you hit the road.
Hey, Kalisha, so let me ask this question. Let's just say you're dating. I mean, let's just say that you're dating heavy, right? Y'all get married, right? And then y'all separate. But then y'all get back to dating after a couple years after that on a road to getting married again. Question is, if you see some signs that steered you away from everything else and everybody else that you were with, but you see these signs with that person, do you hit the road when it comes to that person, or do you give them another chance after another chance, even though you see the red flags there?
100% no. The double back is going to do this to you as the person who double back. They constantly going to throw that in your face. They not going to take no ownership for the part they played. They're going to constantly say, well, I could have, would have, should have did this, but you pursued me into this. And they're going to attempt to make you feel like it's your fault that they are where they are. They're not going to look at anything past the fact that we agreed as two consenting individuals to give this relationship a second chance. All they hear in their mind is, nigga, you came to get me. Nigga, you came to get me. I ain't come to get you. That's all they hear, and they hear is what you did. Nothing else.
Okay, Pico, anybody that want to come on, hit the link, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, hit the link. Y'all come on and we can also have this discussion. I want to have it with everybody. I want to have more women up here. I need women to get out of their shell. These are conversations that need to be had on a daily, because you see more relationships breaking up, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a situational ship, or companionship. You see them falling by the wayside. Let's not do that no more. Let's get to the root of the problem. And the root of the problems are nobody wants to listen to the other person. Everybody want to overtalk the other person, or everybody want to undermine the other person. Let's get that out the way. Let's get back to real serious relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then if that's the case, what the best way to put that is, nobody wants to own their ish.
Right.
And that's the number one problem. And Malik, and I'm glad you said that.
Usually,
if everybody stand in their own ish, then where the problem is going to be? There can't be none.
And as I sit here in my best Shannon Sharp meme, where he holding his lips up, shaking his head fast. No. What you have is it's easier to finger point than to take accountability for your actions. I promise you, yo. I'll be one. I'll give
swear I need some women on this panel, man. I need some women on this panel because it's not seeming fair because the men are doing the most talking.
Right.
I watch my son Carter do it every day.
Hey, Ash.
No, I didn't do that. Maybe I did. Nope. Jason did. Jason, 3,500 miles away, boy. How do you know what? And I hate to say it, though. I hate to say it.
I have more men joining. Where the women? Because women need to be heard. Women need to have. See, this is why I really don't like having panels, because women be the most vocal, but they be the most timid. And I'm not understanding that. And you have brothers up here that are willing to talk about things and do things the right way, but no women want to talk. They don't want to be heard. It's like, let's not do a shout match. Let's do a real conversation. Pico, what's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm here, man. What's going on?
Great. What do you think about the conversation so far? This Pico Benz, everybody. So far, here we go. Here come some women coming in. This is what I'm talking about. Let's have real conversations.
So my thing is to compare relationships now to relationships then. It's totally not comparable because, are you hearing me?
Yeah,
yes.
Pico, I'm hearing you.
Yes, Pico.
Yeah.
Hold on for a second, Pico. Callie, yes. And you said we are not timid, but can y'all really handle the truth that we are willing to say? That's why we here. We are here for this. We want to hear y'all truth.
Bring it.
And I think if y'all hear our truth and we hear y'all truth, we can all come together and put it in the pot and we can have gumbo together.
Bring it.
Right.
So Pico, but I'm sorry, go ahead and finish, Pico.
Yeah, I'm saying back then and now is incomparable because back then you know the woman role in the house was minimal. So woman depend a lot on male back then. Women are more independent now. And so when people enter into union these days, you see the language you speak have a lot to do with the actions that come with it. People now talk about hooking up. Now anything that hooks up will also break linkage, right? So if you're hooking up, then you're not talking about long term. You're talking about what you can, get at the moment or for a minute. Back then the language wasn't like that.
Wait. Let Pinko finish.
Because it instantly.
Somebody playback is on. Wait. Let Pinko finish. Somebody playback is on.
Because it instantly.
Cut your playback off.
Wait. Let Pinko finish.
Somebody playback is on.
Because
Cut your playback off. Wait,
I don't know who that is.
Dang, this was again.
hold on.
Who's this there?
Who playback is that?
I don't know who that.
I think Chastity is saying her bad, so she's probably taking responsibility for it.
Who?
Chastity Sem1 MVP.
I can't even see her. Oh my God. Hold on. I can't even see her. Okay, go ahead. I'm good.
Yeah, so
Nikki
they
Purple,
say
hey.
oh.
Go ahead, you good.
Yeah, so they say anything the language you speak, the action that comes with it. Nowadays, relationship is not about seriousness of being in it for the long term. Uh, Guys are more attracted to the physicality of a woman, and woman, well, not all, and when I speak is not in general, but a percentage of people, it's all about status for them. Oh, she's a fine girl, so I want her so I can show her off to my friends. But as soon as she wake up one morning and she wasn't as shiny as she was looking last night, then the value you place on her last night, you don't see that value, or you don't hold her to that value this morning, right? And one of the things that we male cause the female to do, we try to compare them so much to other female. Oh, why your hair is not long? Why you're not this, you're not that? So our female started to artificially done their self so they can appease our desire. And that's where the fakeness comes in. And that is one of the things where the relationship is fake. So it's not lasting.
Kalisha just said, men are shallow. I don't know how to take that, because I don't think men are shallow. I think a lot of real men are tired of being hurt and played with. And I think a lot of hurt people are hurting people. And I think instead of people taking time out to find their inner peace, to find out them, they are willing to take their hurtness from one place and attach it to another. And the only way I can attest to that, because I was one of the ones that used to do it. If I got hurt in one relationship, I would take it somewhere else, and I would have to outdo that relationship until I found out who I was. And then I had to realize I don't need to take it nowhere else. I need to deal with that. And then when I'm ready to heal, or when I'm healed and I don't want to play the field, then I can open up to somebody else. Other than that, I'm gonna let them know what it is from the jump. Look, me and you can talk, and we can smash, and we can go to the movies. But if you want to go any deeper, I'm still hurt. My ex destroyed me, and I helped the situation, and because I did some things unpleasing. I don't believe in going into a situation saying my ex did everything. No, because you contributed somewhere down that line. I believe in being 100% all the way around the board. I believe in giving people the choice to either let me stay in your house, meaning that if I come and try to talk to you, you can either deal with me, or you can choose to jump out the window, or you can open up the back door and just kick me out. That's the way I believe men should be. And I don't care where you stand at, whether it's church, club, job, world, spiritual, you should stand on the principle of a man. And a man principle is his word. If your word ain't your bond, you don't have nothing. Anybody want to pick that up? I'm sorry. I got.
Can I
I'm
can I
sorry.
start real quick, please?
Sure.
I
I'm
wanted
sorry.
to
I'm,
I
but
wanted
I'm
to
sorry.
say this.
I'm just passionate about this. But I'm sorry, Brooke. Hold on for a second, bro. I'm sorry. I'm
Mhm.
just passionate about this because I see a lot of my friends that were happy. They're now being unhappy, and they asking the same question. My relationship went crazy, and why?
Hmm.
And my thing is, I do believe that single people are not qualified to counsel marriage couples. It's impossible because what they go through, you don't know if you haven't been there. Now, if you've been divorced, that's another story. I won't touch that. But if you've never been married, you can't tell a married person how to love on their relationship.
Mhm.
That's just like,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it here. That's just like telling a freak how to be a freak and you never been one.
Okay, I think she meant shallow in the sense of not.
Wait a minute, Malik. Brooke was talking, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Brooke wanted to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to say first of all, I'm gonna try to relax for a bit, but we didn't have this conversation. We didn't have this conversation before, Dana. Please, please, please don't disrespect me.
Oh no, no,
I
no.
come,
No, I'm
I
reading
come up
questions
here.
from Facebook.
Okay, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about what just happened a few minutes ago. So I'm trying to be the bigger person because we up here having a dialogue, but we didn't have this conversation before, on and offline. So I'm gonna ask you to show me the same amount of respect that you show these men up here, because if I'm not finished, and I'm not finished, you ain't cut them off, don't cut me off. That's all I'm asking. Number two, I wasn't even finished saying what I had to say, and it pissed me off because I couldn't say it. And that's another issue. For some reason, men feel like even though when a woman do make y'all seem as if y'all superior, that y'all don't mess up and y'all don't make mistakes. When half of the time, because the men don't want to take responsibility for the things that they have done, is the reason why half of the issues take place. You can't tell me that for 3 years, and I'm not saying that something happened, but this is an issue that could have happened. If a person had been doing this for all these a long period of time, the spouse has been complaining and whining about it, asking for it to stop. And then now that situations may turn, and now the spouse may be doing something to the person. Now they like, oh, well, I stopped doing this. Well, how long did it take for you to stop doing this? Okay, so give me that same amount of respect. A lot of times you have, because a woman is going to be the most loyal to a man who is loyal to her, period. Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When a man feel like that they got that woman and they got that ego put on, they can do any and everything to a woman. And then a woman is supposed to sit back and watch it and take it. Or what we supposed to do? I just want to know, because at the end of the day, if a woman has been with a person for more than a certain amount of time, they done been through some stuff together. They done been through ups and downs. But when a man can't stand in his own sugar honey iced tea and take responsibility for the things that he have done throughout the relationship, regardless if it was in year 1, year 3, year 5, year 7, then that person can't say nothing to the woman who now just may be coming around and even trying to figure out what is going on and how to even fix it. It's called letting the ego go, taking responsibility first for the things that has been done within a relationship, period. Ain't nobody perfect, but don't dare sit up there and try to make it seem like it's the woman's fault for half of the time when it's the man's fault for doing stuff, and the woman only retaliating. But it's the woman's fault because the woman is now retaliating, or the woman may feel some kind of way now after years of being went through whatever the case may be. Like, who's supposed to sit around and tolerate that crap? That's crazy. But it's the woman's fault. I
Okay.
digress.
Oh,
So,
okay. Hold on for a second. I got a caller. Hey, caller, and you're live on the Dana J Show. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Callie.
Hey, Callie.
So I did make a comment on the post, and I can elaborate on anything I said. I did say men are shallow,
Okay.
and I feel like men are shallow. You guys expect perfection from a woman. Like, we have to walk a certain way, talk a certain way, look a certain way.
Okay.
in order to even, I guess, hold your attention. Whereas women, we will take on a project. You ain't got to be perfect. You ain't got to have a perfect job. You ain't got to have the largest bank account. You ain't got to look the best. You ain't got to dress the best. We'll take you on, and we feel like we can upgrade you. We can help. We can take you there. We can mold you and make you. But men don't put that same effort into women.
So
Okay, hold. I'm at my boiling point now. So let's do this. Let's do this. First of all, I want y'all to stop using the 2020 seminar word loyalty. Because first y'all was using the 2018 seminar word, which was integrity. And everybody keeps using this word out of context. Second, Miss Callie, for whatever reason you feel as though men are shallow, I mean, that's not a bad thing. I kind of figured you meant that we couldn't accept certain things like the truth. But when you just said that women have to be a certain way.
Hold up, Malik, and she trying to answer you.
No. I'm gonna catch it right here because.
Hold up for a second, because she's trying to answer you.
No, what she said was.
She's trying to answer you, Malik.
No. I don't need her to answer the shallow part. I'm past that. I'm at the point where she just said that she can upgrade a man. That women feel as though if you're from the projects or whatever economical background, we're going to take you as you are and upgrade you. Did you or did you not just say that?
No, I did not. I never said nothing about projects or being low grade or anything like that. I said you may not have the financial status. You may not have the physical appearance. You may not have the oohs and the ahs. But we will work with you. You may not have the educational background, but see, it goes into everything. Don't make it seem like, oh, we just trying to take a project nigga and make him into a house nigga or something like that.
May I interject here? May I interject? But the sister is not saying anything that is wrong. And if we as a man looking to better ourselves with a woman with ideals like this is the perfect partner to have, because relationship is like a hourglass. When that side is empty, is fully pour into the next side is empty, pour into the next. That's what a relationship should be. Not necessarily a 50-50, but you help me to be better. And when I am better, I can help you to be greater.
Okay. I totally follow you on that. But what the sister just said, she said the same thing I said, but she worded it different. Now, and this is my thing. If that's how you feel, or that's where you believe, I just want to make sure one thing. Did you say you were from Texas?
No, she's from Baltimore.
Okay. I couldn't. I swore I heard she give out a location. I couldn't hear what it is.
She's from and she's from the West Side. I know her personally. Love her dearly. Always will and always will ever, forever love her dearly. Exactly. That's why I know where she's going, because I know her struggle.
Now, that's kind of rare.
Because I feel like if I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna talk to like-minded people.
Right.
I'm gonna talk to people that can have truth, that can look in a mirror, look at themselves and say, well, you know what? Maybe somebody will say something to me that will make me take a second look at myself and question maybe one or two things that I might be doing wrong.
Okay, so Miss Callie, I have one question. How old are you?
Man, you know you don't ask no woman how old they
No,
age.
I'm asking for a reason.
42 years old.
How old?
She's 42.
Oh.
Now, since you know her so well, Dana, then you would have known the reason for me asking her age, because that right there is not a typical Baltimore female response.
Exactly.
Because most Baltimore chicks could care anything past what kind of car you got, where you at with them things, and how much cash you got.
That's a
Baltimore
lie.
women.
That's a lie. Sorry, I had to interrupt. That's a goddamn lie.
Hold on, wait.
Oh,
Wait.
Lord
I want to
Jesus.
That
say
is a
something. I want
lie.
to say something, Dana.
Hold on for a second. Callie,
Yeah,
I wish you can get on this panel.
don't lie. This is an interesting panel to be on.
Right.
I think you guys stereotypize like women from Baltimore, and I don't think that's fair. And honestly, look, I don't think women are so different worldwide, nationwide. It doesn't matter where you're from. We all want a certain level of respect from men, and we just like you expect it from us women. And I don't think it's fair to say, oh, Baltimore women have a certain mentality. Because we don't. We just want to be respected and protected. We want to learn. We want to be a team. And I don't think you can say, oh, she don't sound like a Baltimore woman. We ain't
Okay.
all like from the hood, and we ain't all just like some low life. What are you saying about Baltimore women?
So let me ask this question.
So Callie, I'm a lean. I'm a lean now. You more like Woodlawn Security Boulevard.
Not at all.
Oh my God. Well, that's exactly where I'm located at. Bueno, Maryland. That's true.
Not at all. She ain't nowhere near that. But I tell you, she's hood.
But see, that's the stereotypical, typical stuff that I be meaning sometimes that Malik be giving. Because just because she's proper, that does not mean she can't come from the hood.
Who didn't say? I had nothing to do with her.
Hold on, wait.
You just now said where you from, Woodlawn. What that got to do with how she speak?
Wait, before this spiral out of control, because I understand y'all husband and wife over there. I want to get to the bottom of why she feels the way that she feels. And because it's men out here that's looking for good women, but we are stereotyped because, and we might not have a big body Benz, or we might not have the church, or we might not be pushing the weight of drugs that they are accustomed to, or we might not just have that it factor that they have been longing for.
Right.
But listen, I'm just putting different dynamics at the top because this is what I'm hearing now. All the women now want the glitz and the glamour when it comes from church pastors over to drug dealers.
Well, that's
wait,
people
Malik.
period.
Hold on, Malik. Hold on. Hold on.
Who is really looking at a person's car to say this is the person I want to drive because he has a nice car?
What? Oh well. So it's all about.
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait, let her finish. Let's not interrupt nobody. Come on.
There's so many men on the down low willing to deal with transvestites or the LGBTQ community or whatever. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody, but you have so many men who are either locked up in prison, dating men, everything else. Women right now, we have lowered our standards so very low. We don't give a fuck what you drive.
Pause.
Wait, y'all.
Why are you saying? Why are you saying that you lowered your standards? It sounds to me that you don't have any options, so therefore you adjusted to the scales.
Oh no, she have a lot of options, bro.
Okay.
She have a lot of options, bro.
Okay. I want.
If you can see
everybody.
my face, half of Baltimore, nigga. She have options.
I want you for 1 minute to everybody hold and pin this.
Woo.
If you listen to what she just said, she said to you that the incarceration rate for African Americans is at an all-time high. So therefore, they had to change their scales. So let's be clear. Step back for 1 second, Carter. A lot of y'all on this panel really don't have a clue of the street aspect of this. Because I'm telling you, that's why women carrying it like that, they don't have an option. For the last 15 years, the ratio has been it's 9 women to every 1 male. It's 9 to 1. So you're sitting here telling me she got all these options, which may be true. So no offense, baby boo. So she may got a Coke bottle shape, a 720 credit score, decent job, nice education. Yo, do you know how many women in Baltimore got a 720 score, a decent education, a nice shape?
Nah, bro.
Yo, my God, listen to me.
No, but see,
No.
here's the
That's
problem.
the first thing you said was, yo, you should see my face. Yo, she got options. Yo, my
and
nigga.
because I'm putting it in perspective, because
Listen, Dana, I know dudes that work at McDonald's who got options. My God, they work at McDonald's.
I have no options though.
Listen to me. You got dudes that work at McDonald's that got options.
So why would you say that she might not have options?
I didn't say she didn't have options.
That's what you said.
Not what
That's
I said.
exactly what you said.
That's not what I said.
But
I
let me
said to
ask this
you,
though.
I said
Let me
to
ask
you,
this.
because of the ratio for the last 15 years, it's been 9 women to every 1 male.
And that is very true.
Hey, can I ask a question here though?
I want to say something, Dana.
Hey, Callie, look, please, I wish you could get on this panel.
He's right in what he said. It is a 9-to-1 ratio right now because our men, black men, are either incarcerated or really gay, or they got more women than they can handle because there's a lot of women out here looking for men. I have options because I'm not limited to the black man. I can go to the white man, the Mexican man,
that part. That's good. I like that.
I can go take away. You name it, I can pull it. But it is something right now where it is not a lot of quality men that are available for women. It's just not. And I think men are using it to their advantage to play women, to not be committed, to just do us dirty.
I'm glad she went there. So she says she can go Mexican, European.
Wait, hold on. Cause my Callie, please, can you find a way to get on this panel? Please. This is starting to get deep, and I just want to sit back and look at the structure of how each person deals with adversity as it's hit. Because I got something to say, but I'm holding mine.
Can I say something real quick? It's gonna take me less than a few seconds. To try to understand where both Malik and Callie's coming from. She said she agreed with the 9-to-1 factor, but believe it or not, for me, I never had that issue when I was in the dating scene before I even got married. I never had issues with dating or finding a good man. Like nobody I've never dated was a bum. Was no bum nigga. Like I ain't never. It was highly educated. They had money, and they was able to take care of me if need be. So when it comes to me having to find a man, I never had to lower my standards to find a man. But I know a lot of women who have, and I've watched them lower their standards to try to find or have a companion with the African American man in Baltimore City. But I've never had to deal with that. Anybody I've ever had a relationship with was always somebody top notch.
I'm sorry, you're married, right?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you been married?
9 years.
9 years. So you have not had to date in 2018, 19, 20, or 2021.
Say it again.
It's not the same as it was when you got your husband. Because I've been married and divorced, and now I'm single again. So it's a different dynamic now than when you were married. When you got married, things were different. Your dating situation was different. Back then, I could say I dated some really quality men too. Back then, 8, 9, 10 years ago. It's different now.
Mhm.
Hold up, you single again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, Callie. I'm gonna say yes and no. It's different,
It is.
but it's really not. And
Mhm.
a big part of it is, like you just said, a lot of women have altered their standards. And when you change your standards, you find yourself looking through a different glass now. So whereas though you wouldn't take the individual who told you one lie, told you two. Now, you didn't switched it up. So I wouldn't say it's a difference. I'll say that now what people call a date is totally different than what it used to be.
It is different. And the dating pool has fluctuated. Let's look at this thing. Black men are being killed left and right. I mean, let's just be honest about it. They're either being killed left and right, or they're being incarcerated left and right, or they're becoming gay left and right. Oh no, we want no kid that's gay.
Now,
We want a straight man. And when you look at the ratio of straight men, they're either dead in jail or they're very few. It's a limited pool for us.
now let me ask you a question.
Man.
I keep hearing you say that they gay. Are you saying gay in the sense of happy, or they undercover fudge packers?
No, they fudge packers.
No happiness. We can all be happy and gay, and ha. But no, I'm talking about liking penis. Men liking penis. Just like women like it, men like it too. They like a woman that biologically be a man. That was not born with a vagina, that was born with a penis, that dresses like a woman, that has had the surgery to look like a woman. This is what men are looking at now.
Okay, so
I'm not. Let me get that out the way now. I'm not. It's
So
nothing like a vagina. I'm not talking about no.
A natural vagina.
Right.
Okay.
Not a man pussy, none of that. I like a vagina, something that was there. I can see the actual crease in the dip and all that. Yeah.
Can I respond real quick to Miss Callie? And Miss Callie, listen, I'm born and raised in Baltimore, okay? I grew up, it was born 21218. I fluctuated for a little bit over east, and my final years of from 11 to grown 21215, Caucasians all day, okay? What I'm saying to you is I understand, because I have friends, again, who have lowered their standards and mess with bums and so on and so on. But for me, I have never lowered my standard to have a relationship with a man. If that man ain't giving what's needed, I ain't budging. They ain't getting even a sniff. I don't play that crap. And even if I was single, it would still be the same way. And by the way, Chef Bastard, who you're talking to on the phone, that's my husband. So just to let you know, I don't know if you knew that or not.
Okay, hold up. Because Nikki Purple is waiting patiently. Nikki Purple, Callie, I need you to get on this panel. My phone is, my arm is burning. Look, me and you gonna talk offline though. But I need you on this panel. Huh?
Sound like that shit playing already.
Right.
I'm just talking about, we've been friends for a while. Way before, we've been friends for a while.
Go ahead with your follow.
But
go with your dad.
I leave with this. To feel like they need to lower their standard, even though the ratio has changed between the decent amount of available men or whatever. No woman should ever have to lower her standards. Now, it's natural and it's innate in us to just be like, hey, he ain't got to be perfect. He can be an 8. We'll get him up to a 90. We'll get him up to a 95. That is all I'm saying. saying that we are willing to work with a brother. A brother is looking for a woman that's got to be 100.
That's not true.
Project or nothing like that. Women, we're just a bit different. I'm not saying settled by no means.
You can give me a 70, and you can give me a 70. Can I help her get to 100?
Okay,
But I'm just not gonna do no 50 because that means she ain't street walkable. I don't want a woman that I gotta hide during the day and then shield at night.
but a woman will take a man and go out with him during the day, even though she probably shouldn't be out in public with him, period. Day, night, everything.
I don't know, because y'all women nowadays, Callie, if they not street walkable, y'all not going. I'm just gonna keep it above. If they not street walkable, y'all not going. And you will joke that person at that, girl, this nigga that's butt ugly, bugly, is trying to talk to me. But then it's like, that can be the nicest person in the world. And I get it.
Women will look at the nicest guy in the world and look past the fact that he only got one eye, a left leg. Look, we're gonna take you as your time. A lot of women will look past physical flaws, especially flaws. Whereas men, you don't look past the physical flaws. Y'all crucial about a woman's appearance, her ass.
That's not true though. You're painting with a white brush, and that's not. You're painting with a white brush, and that's not fair to men, because not all men are superficial like that.
Facts.
But a lot of you are, because it just happened not too long ago with that IG model. The man video recorded and kicked the girl out, and she was still a pretty little girl. But
she lied to him though.
No,
she lied to him.
Dana, that was a prime example of what Callie just said.
No, listen. Let's just say me and Callie dating long distance, right? Can I say, Callie, send me a picture of you? And she sent me a picture of her holy hell enhanced. I'm thinking I'm gonna get that, and then when she get there and she like, all right. And matter of fact, and she sent me a picture of her measurements being 38, 30, 42. I'm just saying that. But then when I see her, she's 6'5" and 3.
Nope.
What the hell am I going to do? Catfish me.
Right? So no, because what the dude said was she was pretty. He was like, I ain't talking about her look. Wait a minute, hold on. Because
wait, Brooke, wait, Brooke. What'd you say, Callie?
Wait, what she say?
I can't.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait, what the hell she say?
We don't go on Instagram looking for no Instagram models. Men go on Instagram looking for Instagram models. And then y'all
right.
When the Instagram model is really a man, or it is a woman with a fake ass body. That's all folks are shallow and superficial, like I said.
And Callie, did you hear the fact that he said to her that she was pretty? Her face looked like what it was, but because her waist wasn't snatch, she had a little bit of booty. It was an okay booty, but it wasn't that fake booty that he sent her home with no way to get there. Like that type of man, and he probably ain't got no penis. His penis probably 2 inches, and he probably only lasts 2 minutes. But he doing all of that. Like I don't have the tolerance for that. That's why I don't play with these dudes, because at the end of the day, I wish a dude would try me, because I'd be like, especially if the performance ain't there. Listen here, boy, bye. Please.
We look at really differently as women when we sit up and tell a man that his penis is small. We are looking at it's not for a woman to tell a man that his penis is small.
Miss, wait a minute. Oh shoot, Jesus Christ, where are we going with this? God.
Hey, look, I want to be clear. I want everybody know.
Hold on, wait, Malik. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Callie, look.
Oh my God.
look, Callie, look, you're gonna have to get on every panel after this. All right. Look, I'm gonna hang up the phone. And then you can call back in. But all right.
Dead? Okay.
All right. Hey Malik, go. Hold on, wait, Malik, because Nikki Purple has been waiting patiently. I'm sorry, Nikki. I cut her off and everybody just jumped on. Bye. I don't know what's going on with your audio because you've been sitting there bouncing for the last 30 minutes. Nikki, please, what you got to say? Gee, I think I overshadowed the wrong time.
I was trying to respond to some things. I kind of forgot a little bit, I'll be honest.
Okay.
But one of the things I want to say, somebody brought up integrity. Integrity. I think somebody said something about we using the word integrity, something about 2018. He actually mentioned a year. I forgot what year he said integrity was.
Malik said that.
Okay, so integrity is every year, because integrity means being sure that what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're saying, and what you're doing is all in alignment. So that's a daily. It's not even a yearly thing. That's a daily thing. Okay, when it comes to integrity, I don't think that's something that somebody like, at least not to me. And I'm just representing myself. Now I am a beautiful 44. Okay.
Let me explain to you.
Wait, Malik. Wait,
no.
Malik.
Let me talk. I'm a beautiful 44. I was with the same man from the age from 14 till about 2014. I got a divorce. I took that back, well, I didn't go immediately, but I really took some time to get to date and be with myself, because I have never experienced that, because I have been with the same gentleman since I was in high school. So for me, just my journey, I can't represent every single woman, but I am a woman, so I can say first off and foremost that we have to learn to love ourselves first off and foremost. No matter if I'm looking at men or if I'm looking at women, men and women, both. I don't believe in this concept that men, they don't really love, they don't show emotions. I used to think like that, but like my mindset is really, really different now. So I understand now at the space that I'm at, that men love just as hard as women. They are emotional just like women. I get the, what's that, Steve Harvey book, and men are from here and women, like, I get all that. It's very cliche, and that type of narrative makes money. So it makes a lot of sense in a make-believe world, okay? I have brothers, I have a father, I have a grandfather, I have a wonderful family, and the men are able to pump out love just like me. There is no difference whatsoever. Secondly is, and I'm not, women, like when it comes to women, I feel like we got more of a, how can I say this? Like, we're able to express ourselves, and it's not looked at the same way as it look when it comes to a man. If a man break down, even when he's a little boy, I always see my mom say, Mike, suck it up, meaning don't cry. Suck it up. Men are not, boys are not supposed to. So from a very early age, boys are taught to not really express themselves. There's a lot of suppressing, and girls don't get that. No matter how many times I've had this conversation, beauty shop, barbershop, hands down, all of the women have agreed that we can express ourselves and it's not frowned upon, or, it's not looked at like to be abnormal. When men do it, it's just different. It's like, well, what are you crying for? And I don't like, it's like a double standard. Secondly, I guess I'm wondering, like, why do people expect? How can
Good
I
night,
say?
Ern.
You
Can
talking
you hear
about?
me?
Good night.
What you talking about?
You just sleep. Good
I'm
night.
fixing my pen, dude.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nikki.
So the secondly, like, why are we expecting someone to become better than they used to be if that's not who you fell in love with? Like, there's a Korean proverb, and the Korean proverb says a pumpkin doesn't become a watermelon by drawing lines on it. So what that means is the second you expect your partner to become different, it's going to end sooner or later because you're not satisfied.
So question.
Come through, Nikki. Say it again. Let her finish talking.
So what I'm saying is, if you expect someone to become better than they used to be, and that's not who you fell in love with, which is the reason why I mentioned a Korean proverb, because I kind of talk like, I don't know, I like visuals. A pumpkin doesn't become a watermelon by drawing lines on it. And the second you expect your partner to be different, it's going to end sooner or later because you're never satisfied.
So
Like, I've even heard, hold on, Dana, because I listened to y'all a long time. So about an hour, I made dinner and everything, got my shrimp, my salad, like I got everything. And I want everybody to know that I love you so much and I appreciate like the seconds, minutes, or whatever. But saying that someone, because I hear this a lot, people will say that somebody is their everything. Man, it's like when I hear somebody telling me Happy Thanksgiving, it's that same out like eerie, like, what did you say? I don't care if it's a man or a woman, because it's pretty much saying that my life is nothing. Words are really, really, really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
You ask anybody, it could be a guy. If I ask, I went to a barbershop and I asked the guys, hey, what type of woman are you looking for? Well, Nikki, I don't want to deal with no woman that has 5 kids, 3 babies. First thing they're going to tell me is what they don't want. So it's already like, whoop, like they're already like a big red X.
Mm-hmm.
Like people can tell you what they don't want, but they can't tell you what you want. So if you can't tell me what you want, I'm just trying to figure out how can a partner, I don't care if it's an entanglement, a fuck buddy, keep me warm at night, friendship, associate. If you don't know what you want, why should they respond, reflect, fulfill whatever it is that they're supposed to be feeling when you don't know? And if we go into relationships for the other person to complete us, it's already set up where you like standing on sink and stand. Because nobody is to complete you. You're already complete. God made no mistakes when he created you, when you was born, complete.
I have a question, Nikki. Can I ask you a question?
Hmm?
How do you feel about a relationship where you may have a husband or a wife or whatever the situation of the relationship, the dynamics of the relationship is, where one person doesn't value the other person's information or thoughts or feelings? Like, do you see that as being a train wreck to come, or what is the remedy for that? If a person was to come to you and say, hey, Nikki, I need some advice. My girlfriend, me and her have issues, and I'll be talking to my girlfriend, but then I can tell her something and she won't believe what I say. She don't believe nothing I say, but then somebody else who's not me can tell her something, and then she'll come back to me and say, well, Dad, you told me that, but I ain't listening to what you read because I don't listen to you. Like, how would you handle that type of situation?
That happens a lot. Now that so relatable. So sounds like what you're saying is you'll tell your mate, whomever, and then they shoot it down. Then you go to the mall or whatever, go to the store, social, whomever, tell them, and they be like, oh, listen. So, and they'll take it in because it's somebody else and it's not you. Correct?
Right. Yes.
So that is like you got entitlement, you got egos, you got I'm gonna tread lightly. I'm gonna say narcissism. I'm not saying a person is narcissistic. Okay.
I'm listening.
So when you have those type of things going on, you have to like learn what is each other's like love languages. I know I used to have what they call love meetings, and I don't think I keep asking people, do they do stuff like this in their marriage? And they say no. What is that, Nikki? So love meeting is like how you come together and you have a meeting, and if things are left off, like, you know how you have different situations and really y'all talked about it, but it just went nowhere. So it's really still there, just ain't nobody speaking on it. And you can feel that in the energy. So a love meeting is where you come with your partner and you say, hey, well, this is where I'm at. And I know we had this discussion, 2 weeks ago, but it's kind of still on my mind. Is there anything that I said that maybe, you didn't understand, or maybe I took it the wrong way? So it's really just having a meeting like, hey, we're going to have a love meeting every single Friday before we go to work or whatever, or when we come home. And you're coming together to say, hey, well, you know what, honey, I've been working overtime, this last week or so. I appreciate you stepping in more, and I just want to thank you for that. Boom. Or even in a love meeting, you can even have periods where you talk about like, you know what, I noticed we ain't been flirting with each other lately. Why don't we just go out and do such and such? So in these relationships, we change the rules like every day. So once you catch up, once you catch up, then it's something else where it's like your partner might be looking at you like, okay, what's next? Because the rules are steady changing. I'm not, it's not your fault, it's not your partner's fault, but you just got to understand each other for one form of communication. We don't all communicate the same. Our love languages they're definitely not the same. And you have to understand, like, you could be in a relationship, but it doesn't mean you're in the same space at the same time, even though you physically are in a house, apartment, condo, whatever it is, at the same time.
All right, so hold on for a second. And we have two newbies on, but I had to take Aaron off, and because we had another person jump on. Now look, and we have Coach Duncan on here, who specializes in this. I called, and my cousin jumped on. He's saying it. I'm hoping that Overseer Chris Burton get on. But right now, we do have a call. So let's take the priority of the call first, and then let's go to Coach
I thought I was going to get an hour like you got. That was 28 minutes.
Wait a minute, Nikki. Hold on, Nikki. Hold on.
Okay, I guess we're going to put the other time in layaway.
No, hold on, Nikki. Hold on. Hey, Miss Linda, how are you?
All right, yeah, you all.
We're fine.
Okay, so that question, sometimes in a relationship, some people look at it like whatever you did to get that person, they want you to keep that up. What I mean is, like, say for instance, our relationship is going good. We all agree with everything. Well, not really everything, because sometimes you have disagreements and things fall apart too. But at the same time, we should be able to sit down, come to an agreement, or come to some kind of, make some type of discussion where we both can come on the same order. If not, that's where the trouble comes in a lot too.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. You're right.
Like, say for instance, we have a relationship and we all have we have a lot of fun. We enjoy each other. And after a while, the man or the woman lose interest. And that's another problem.
Yes, ma'am. You're right.
So that's all I really wanted to say. And to the other one thing the lady said before about lowering standards. I think she was really meaning by women not worrying about what kind of vehicle you ride in.
Yes, ma'am.
Really, the car doesn't make the man.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and when she said lowering standards, I don't think she meant like lowering her standards. I mean, I think she meant like it doesn't matter what you ride in or where you know, what type of home you're living in. It's how you treat that person.
Yes, ma'am.
So everyone have a good night. I'm still listening. I'm gonna join in after a while again.
Yes, ma'am. And if you want to call back in, call back in. Just like I told Callie, if she want to call back in, call back in.
And let's get a funny party in right quick. Look, and let's get a funny party in.
Yes, ma'am. Get your funny party in right quick.
You know we ain't gonna deal with that either now.
Right.
All right.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Coach, they said coach teachers. Here we go. Y'all asked for it. So now I got him on here. He's back.
Man, look, man, I really didn't want to get on here tonight because to be honest with you, you know I do this every day.
Right. I know.
I get paid good money to do this. Right.
That's why I love you, Doc, because you do it for free for me.
Hey, yo, it's only because you're my cousin, dog. That's the only reason. You know what I mean? But yo, honestly, let's really talk about what we really discussing, what we talking about, right?
Okay.
And so ask me the question that you started off with. What's the topic of this?
And the topic of it is why relationships of today don't compare to the relationships of the old.
We gotta really go get into what a relationship is first. So whenever two people relate to something, it creates a relationship.
Okay.
Right? I've been in relationships all my life. It's like the second grade I had a girlfriend. Right?
Facts.
We go from a girlfriend to we see somebody else we like, we get another girlfriend. All our life we've been in relationships. And the reason that we've been in relationships is because we watch the people in front of us.
Facts.
We watched our parents do it. We watched our grandparents do it. We watched the people in front of them. And so we got to get down to the reason that they was creating relationships. See, if me and you work together, we got a relationship because we work at the same place.
Right.
If me and you like the same football team, our relationship is because we like the same team. It's what we relate on. But a lot of times when we stop relating on certain things, so sails the ship.
Wow.
You ever work with somebody and you talk to them all the time, you text them in the morning, I'm getting ready to go to get the breakfast and this, that, and the other. I'm getting this, I'm getting that. Y'all text each other when y'all home, y'all hang out, y'all go places. But as soon as you get a new job or they get a new job, them texts get less and less to the point where y'all ain't even talking no more because it was a relationship because y'all work together. And when y'all stop relating on the same thing that y'all related on, so sails the ship.
So is it safe to say that when you in a relationship, I mean like a serious relationship, and one want to communicate and the other one is like, whatever, it's not important. But then it's like it hurt this one feelings and this one spaz out, and then the other one like, oh, why you spazzing out? But the one that's spazzing out has expressed to the one that's not spazzing out that look, if you do X, Y, and Z, these are the red flags that I went through in previous marriages or relationship, and then you're doing it, is sparking a red flag in me, and I will back away from you.
Hold that thought right there, right? Hold that thought right there. I want you to come right back to that about previous relationships. Here's the thing. This is the problem that we have. There's only one love. And that one love is self-love.
Okay.
People only treat you the way that they feel about themselves.
Say that again.
People only treat you the way that they feel about themselves. If a person is insecure about themselves, then they're going to be insecure about you.
That's right.
If a person don't really love themselves, then they're going to show the same level of love towards you. If a person don't believe in themselves,
hey,
then they're
Scott.
going to show the same thing towards you. People only treat you. Love is an energy, right? Love is an energy. Energy is nothing but action. If you look at any energy, it's action. And so people only treat you the way they feel about themselves. They only love you the way they love themselves. If a person don't take care of themselves, then they're not going to take care of you. I'm not going to do nothing for you that I don't do for myself. So love is a celebration of who you are. You're just sharing it with somebody else.
Wow.
So we got to get to the nitty gritty of what love is. We've been taught to love everybody else. We've been taught to trust everybody else. We've been taught to listen to everybody else and love and listen and trust ourselves last. Until you love yourself, you can't even begin to love somebody else. See, they say God is love, right?
Okay.
But when you break down who the true God and goddess is, you will understand that God is love because it's yourself. It's only one love.
Okay.
That's self-love. And you only treat people the way that you feel about yourself. Now, here's the truth. Here's the kicker of it.
And we got a call for you, Coach.
The essence of who we are deep down is love. So the easiest part of life is to love someone because you're going to treat them how you feel about yourself. The hardest part is liking somebody. See, we always trying to find somebody that we love, and that's easy. We got to find somebody we like. And the reason I say this is this. You never change what you like. If you try to change somebody, that means you don't like them.
Jesus.
If I buy a car and I like the color of the car, I never change it because I like it. Whatever I buy and I like, I don't change. You only change what you don't like. So instead of trying to find somebody that you love, because love is, you could be around a person long enough, people at work, you might not even like them, but you'll start loving them. You'll do things for them because you're only treating them how you'll treat yourself. But the problem is trying to find somebody that you like, because we've been taught to change people. You can't change nobody. People are who they are, and they show you who they are in the beginning, and you let things slide and slip, and you don't pay attention to them flags. And then you start trying to change and maneuver them. If you try to change them, mean you don't like them. I had to tell my ex-wife, I get it now. You just didn't like me. You love me, but you didn't like me because when you were trying to change me from the essence of who I am, you were showing me that you didn't like me. So you need to go find somebody you like so you don't have to change them. See, if you enhance a person, that's different. See, if I get a car and I like the color of it and everything, I might tint the windows, put some rims on it, and put a sound system in it. I enhanced it. I didn't change it.
Right.
So people are supposed to make you better, make you look better, make you feel better by enhancing you, but not changing you, the essence of who you are. If they try to change you, that means they don't like you. See, love is the easy part. Liking somebody is the hard part. So we got to get to the point where we like the person and we're not trying to change them. Because love comes really, really easy because you're only celebrating yourself with celebrating who you are with that person. So
we got a call for you, Coach.
Oh shoot, who's that?
I really do.
I can't hear.
You brought up the car scenario because I know that men equate cars with some type of love. I don't know why y'all men love cars the way y'all do, but y'all do. Y'all will buy a car that don't run. You need to put an engine in it, a transmission in it. You need new windows. You need new rims. You need everything, but you won't buy the car for the basic have the tank. He wants her to have the transmission, the motor, the engine, everything. Now, I don't understand where it comes in where you said that like and love is something totally different. Because you buy a car because you like it, because you see the worth in it. You see what it could be. And that's what women do with men. We get a man with the basics. He's a man. Now, he ain't the nicest, he's not the smartest, he's not the richest, he's not the handsomest. But we can upgrade him because we like a project too. So women take on men like projects the same way men take on cars like projects. So I'm curious to know, where do you become equally yoked? Because back in the day, if we go back to the start of the conversation, all we all want is to be equally yoked. We want to have the same interests, the same common ground, the same finish line. We all want to get to that same place. We all want to have that old school type of love where you're together for 50, 60 years and you're loving that person the same way after 50 years that you loved them after the first year. But
Can I ask a question?
we're in a generation where that just doesn't happen.
Can I ask a question first?
Sure.
Can you tell me what equally yoked means to you?
Equally yoked as we have the same common ground. We love the same God. We want the same type of longevity. We want the same type of everlasting love. We want to respect each other. We want to love each other. We love the same God. We love the same person. Like, we love each other the way we want to be loved. Like, we want an equally yoked relationship.
Okay. All right. So let me, because I had to help my ear too, because I couldn't hear. Dan, is any way you could turn her up or anything, or?
And Kalisha, Callie, can
No,
you
I heard her, but let me, can I explain? Is it all right if I explain something?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's actually, is it cool? Because I can't really hear it. So I didn't want to cut
Yeah,
it
she
off.
said yeah.
No, it's fine. I'm here.
Okay. All right. So if we go to the biblical term of equally yoked, let's really talk about what that really means. Well, a lot of times people would say, when I ask, and it's funny because my ex-wife was raised in church, so I used to ask her, do she know what? And I was a religion major at Virginia Union and got my master's in biblical study from Maryland Bible College. So I know this, what it's talking about. So I would ask her, what do equally yoked mean? And most people thought it was the yolk of an egg, and it wasn't even spelled the same way. So that's not what it is. But when you talk about equally yoked, and I'm gonna give you the background of what equally yoked mean, and then we're gonna go into it. So when they used to till the land, right? Because back then they had farms and they had to have ox or cattle to till the land, right? They would put it was a piece of wood that was put around the ox or the cow's neck. And then behind it, it was a sled behind it that pulled and dug in the ground and to pull the land up the same way you see these machines doing it now. They flip the dirt over so they could start planting the crops and everything. Well, the two ox that was beside each other, what they had around their neck was this thick piece of wood, and it was called a yoke, right? And so the key to being equally yoked was if the ox or even the cows that was pulling it had to step together at the same time. It was a rhythm, just like dancing, because if one got in front of the other and wasn't paying attention, it cut the wind off on one of theirs neck by bending it, and it killed the other one. That was being equal, so they had to stay equally yoked at the same step together. So let's be realistic, right? Yeah. It is so hard to find a situation where you're going to be completely equally yoked, because at the end of the day, we both grew up in different households. So let's talk about rights and let's talk about wrongs real quick. In my house, my mother gave me a set of rules that was everything that she said was right because she was God to me growing up. My dad was God to me growing up. So when they teaching me, programming me from 1 through age 7 is my programming years. So what they're teaching me from 1 to age 7, what they teaching me is the gospel from them, what is right and what is wrong. Next door, Dana house, his parents got a set of rules, and what they teaching him is from right or wrong is the gospel. What they say is right, and what's the opposite of that is wrong. So in my house, we got our self-rights. This is right to us. In Dana house, he got his self-rights. This is right to them, which creates self-righteousness, right? The same thing with the Democrats and the Republicans. The Republicans got a group of rules that they feel that is right.
Listen, Brooke.
Huh?
I told Brooke to listen.
The Democrats got a set of rules that they feel that is right to them. A lot of times when my rights don't line up with your rights, you'll stop messing with me or stop dealing with me because my rights don't line up with your rights, but they are my self-rights, and your rights are your self-rights that create self-righteousness. You got Christians that do that with Muslims. If their rights don't line up, then they don't deal with each other because it becomes self-righteousness. So in your house, you was raised a different way. In my house, I was raised a different way. It is so hard for us to find the common bond on who is right and who is wrong. So we become in this group of good and evil in the house. We both can't be right, which we are, right? We both are right.
Hold on, Coach. What'd you say, Callie?
Now, Coach, we all have a principle. Now, I'm 42 years old. I don't want to how old are you, Coach?
I'm 45.
45. So we basically grew up in that same day and era where the neighborhood raised us. Anybody from the neighborhood,
Right, the village.
If we did something outside of the way we were supposed to be, if we did something wrong, anybody in the neighborhood could have whooped us and called our parents and said, "Hey, I just beat your child. They on their way home." Now, today, it's a different time, but there is a common ground that we all can get on to be equally yoked. Now, I get what you're saying about the herd and all of that, the animals and things like that, but there is a way to find a person, and it should not be that hard to have that same level of respect where I respect you the way you respect me.
That's not equally yoked, that's respect.
And that is respect, but it does fall in line with being equal. We have to be on that same line.
No, you telling me to have the same dreams and same wants that you have to be equally yoked. We got two different goals in life. We can have our dreams before we even met each other.
You can.
Right. So how are we gonna be able to be so say for instance, if I was an athlete, right? And you know nothing about the athletic world, how are we going, as my schedule and the way that I have to do things are going to be equally yoked with yours? See, what I got to do is going to seem wrong to you, but what I got to do is going to be right to me because it's a whole different world.
Because if I am a woman of God and I am a woman that is trying to be your woman, I am going to sit up and I'm going to learn your schedule. I'm going to adapt to your schedule. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find a way to be on that same line with you.
But what about your goals and your dreams? You just forget about them?
What he said, what about your goals and your dreams? Do you forget about them?
I will never forget about my goals and dreams, but I won't humble myself enough to get on your line. Somehow we got to find a way to make it work between the two of us. And I think that's in a relationship what you have to do. You have to find a way to make it work between the two of you.
Right. So I think the
sacrifice. There's gonna be I'm gonna fall back so you can shine.
I don't think that's even, and I know somebody gonna get offended about this, but I don't even think that's realistic. Because when you step back, and let's be real about this. If you
Chef
get
Fat
into a
Bastard, jump
relationship,
in. Brooke,
if
jump
you get
in.
into a
Nikki Purple, jump
relationship,
in.
let me be real with this. If you get into a relationship and you abort all your things that you wanted to do in life to say, I want to be with this person, and it don't start to work out, or that person's dreams don't start to work, you're going to resent that person after a while. And once you start resenting that person because you willingly gave up your goals and dreams to be equally yoked with this person, once you start resenting them, there's no turning back. This is when you lose respect for that person.
See, that's young-minded. Now, a grown
No, I done seen it time and time again in grown close relationships.
I agree. Can I step in real quick?
No,
Real quick. I'm gonna make it quick.
Hold
Hold on. Let me say something real quick, Malik.
Hold on for a second, Callie. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna be 1 minute. So I can definitely agree with Coach Duncan, because I think what Coach Duncan is saying, I can kind of relate to, because that's how I see me and my husband as far as and how we grew up. He grew up in the streets. I grew up in the household. I didn't have to endure the things that he had to endure, dealing with and having the streets raise him. I had a dad. I had a mom. So me looking at family, that's all I know. My grandmother, my grandfather, my aunties and my uncles, my mom and my dad. I didn't see different men coming in and out of my mom's house. I saw husband, wife, and my uncle and my auntie, husband, wife, grandfather, husband, wife, cousins. I saw family. Whereas though with him, his father passed away when he was young. So the streets basically raised him. His grandmother did what she could do for the time being, but for the most part, where he went to get advice from, it wasn't his dad, because his dad wasn't here. It was from the streets, and and so on. So my family dynamics at that time was different from his family dynamics. And I will always say that to him, especially when we get into arguments. And I'll say, okay, look, this is supposed to be a family. We're a family. That's how we operate. I used to have to come back and think, well, I can't say that to him because this is not what he's used to, because he's not used to seeing that. So I can completely understand where you're coming from, Coach Duncan. But now it's like, it took some time, but he's understanding slowly but surely. But I get exactly where you're coming from, and I can agree with the yoke being equal and everything of that magnitude.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to say.
Oh, can I slide something in real quick? And before Malik say something, I'm gonna slide something in real quick. Brooke,
Yeah.
you have to understand Coach Duncan, right? Where your son plays at, he started that program.
Which year he played with the Bad Cats?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm the owner of Team Holy Dirt.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the thing that Dan talk trash about. Did he tell you that? Did he tell you? Did he tell you? He told me don't let Carter go to Holy Dirt.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Oh, that's because Holy Dirt not there no more.
So Coach Duncan,
What's
so
up?
so you know one of my big brothers real close.
Who?
My nephew Miles played for Holy Dirt.
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so let me run you back to the biggest piece of all this that you were never told. And Dana bringing up the topic, the first thing I explained to him was the family values and the value system of today is not like that of 40 years ago.
Absolutely.
Back then, you had men who had multiple homes. You had a housewife who was a housewife.
Right.
Her job was to do nothing but tend to the house.
Right.
And then as time grew on, women had this epiphany and they went on and started doing a whole different dynamic, which is neither here nor there. As I was saying to Dana,
hold up, what you mean by a whole different dynamic? I need to understand that.
Well, they started to want more for themselves. And
they were supposed to. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
See, I'm not saying that they were, or I'm not saying that they wasn't.
Hold on for a second, Kelly.
The topic was the value system, because if you can think back 60 years ago, and not putting anybody's personal business in the street, Your dad had a house across town, or whomever, with a whole nother chick, but he took care of his main house, or however he ran the street or did not run the street.
Where did that
But
mentality come from?
we didn't get into where it came from. We just talking about how it was.
Yeah, I'm
We
just
didn't
saying.
really
But
get into how it was,
the
Malik.
reason of how it was comes back from the history. So where did that mentality come from?
Men are able to take care of multiple households, but now we're in a position where women can take care of their own household.
Why was men able to take care of multiple households though?
So they can go spread their
Well,
Callie.
They can have multiple households.
Callie, Coach
Why
said,
was they
how
able
was
to
men
take care?
able to handle?
Why was they able to take care of multiple households?
Because the dynamic was different. It was more male dominated. The jobs were more geared.
Women didn't have rights to work at the time. Women did not have rights to work. Let's be real with it. Let's go back to Egypt.
They were at home.
Right. Let's go back to Egypt. Let's go back to Egypt. Because if you want to be real about it, the women started when slavery, when they went north, the women started the jobs in Boston. It was a woman coalition that started all the jobs for women in Boston, right? But let's go back to Egypt. Who was in office in the very beginning? Women. It wasn't men. Men didn't hold political offices, right? What we did was we overthrew positions. We took the Bible and we dominated it, and we turned it into a male-dominated Bible. Let's just be real about it. Because if you go back to Egypt and you look on the walls of the scrolls, if you look on the walls, it was nothing but women in office, political offices, goddesses.
And that's what Pico was talking about. Yep.
It was nothing but goddesses. So what happened was, because remember, so let me say something, and a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but do your research. Ages 1 through age 7 is the programming years for women and men. We talked about this before, Dana.
Yep.
Right? You looking at mommy, you looking at daddy, you seeing who in charge, how mommy talk to daddy, how daddy talk to mommy, how grandma and grandpa play their roles. You looking at roles in the house. That's why a baby can trip and say shit when they trip, because they didn't watch other people around the house. They being programmed. Do the same thing. What age do you think women brains start developing?
12.
No. Women brains start developing at the age of 8.
Oh, wait.
No, women brains start developing at the age of 8. After we program, women brains start developing at the age of 8. That's why y'all so much more mature and smarter than us at an early age.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Right? They start developing at the age of 8.
That makes sense, but wasn't Adam created before Eve? So when you think that the man brain would start creating before the women?
Right, but think about it. Would you buy Apple II or buy Apple 13 right now?
Let's go biblically back.
Would you buy Apple II or Apple 13 right now? Was the first version better or the second version? Would you buy an old 95 Mercedes or buy a 2022 Mercedes?
95.
No, you crazy.
No,
I had a 95. I wouldn't buy that joint again, ever.
I'm buying a 95 Mercedes.
I had the S-Class 95. I would never buy it again.
And I'm buying the old Apple. What I'm gonna do with the old Apple?
I know you're just going to go against the grain.
I'm gonna change the state drive.
But hold up, yeah, but remember, you got to change it. You listen to what you're saying. You got to change it. So that means you don't like it if you got to change it.
No. That's the reason why people buy new ones, because the state drive lock up and nobody knows, and Apple makes you think that your computer has gone up. Now,
but you just said you would change it, so you don't like it if you gotta change it.
Mm-hmm.
No, Apple makes your state drive go up.
But if you change anything, that means you don't like it.
No. That's a program they have in the device that every 7 years they make your device go up so you can come spend that money.
You're not understanding what he's saying.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
No, you're not understanding that your scenario was a wrong scenario.
Okay.
Right now, you can go buy the new MacBook. If I change the state drive, I got the same thing you got.
But you're changing it.
Minus the $2,200 markup.
Oh,
you
never
still
mind.
changing it. You still
Never
not.
mind.
If you
Right,
don't have,
he's not understanding
You're right.
what you're saying.
You're right. This is why I want to do this, Dane. But anyway, so so what I'm saying is this.
Oh wow.
We
Damn,
was at a time where women was not working.
yeah. Oh shit.
Men was making all the income.
Right.
And being as though men was making the income, just like any relationship now, they claim head of household. So when you at a point where somebody is dependent on you, you feel like you can do whatever you want to do. So you can have a household across town and a house over here because both of them houses are dependent on you. But now times have changed. Most women are making more higher incomes than the men.
Now,
Let's be real.
about that, because that is something that we should acknowledge. Women are more so the head of the household.
Absolutely.
That and think that that's okay.
I think it's fine.
Where I feel like I'm going to honor my man as the head of my household. I don't care if I'm making more money than him or not. My man is the head of my house.
You missing. See, head of household is for tax purposes.
Okay.
Right? Let's just be real. Now, leader of the house is totally different than head of household. That's a tax purpose term. Really, that's what it is.
Okay.
Leader of the house. See, let's be real about this. Everybody in the house has a strength. If your strength is you bring in more money than everybody in the house, then on the taxes, you're going to claim head household. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's a system, right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you're the protector or the shield of the family. If you have a man, he should be the shield of the family, right? If you hear something in the middle of the night because you the head of the household, he ain't gonna tap you like, baby, go see what that is.
Yes, some men are really saying that.
You hear the household, go see who breaking in the house.
Oh, she said yes. Some men are really saying that though.
For real? Well,
well, I don't know where that man. I wish my
you
man
need to
would
change
tell
that
me
man then.
something. Right.
Hey, Callie, and you heard what he said?
What?
Hey, Callie,
What?
Coach said, what, you need to change that man then.
So let me tell you what we deal with in the school system, right? Here's what we deal with in the school system. There's a difference between a man and a male. I was just speaking this to this team that's playing for the championship next week. They called me in there to speak to him, Julius Chambers. I said, I wanted to tell them there's a difference between a man and a male. Here's why women administration gets it messed up when they hire males, because they think they men. The male and the man look just alike, right?
Here we
But
go.
they got two different motives.
Here we go.
A man leads from the front, while males lead from the middle or the back.
Here we go.
A man will show you what he means, and a male will just talk about what he's saying. But here's the kicker.
A woman is going to protect everybody in the household. We are fierce.
Absolutely.
It's at a point now where women are more fierce than men.
Absolutely.
Now in my household and my man is laying next to me, I'm gonna hear it for him because I got a mother's ear. I hear everything. I hear your breathing patterns ain't the same and everything.
Absolutely. I agree.
If somebody breaking in my house, and I'm laying next to my woman, if my woman moves a certain way, baby, you stay right there. I'm loading that Glock, and look, I'm going to go see what's going on. You better not move.
I'm not. I'm a 3-time felon. I'm gonna say, Brooke, shoot that motherfucker.
No, you just shoot her and then hand out a gun, telling the story when the police get there. Yeah, somebody broke in and she shot him.
Yep. It's gonna get dealt with regardless.
Hey, man, look.
If I'm snoring in a fetal position, if you move, a drastic move gonna wake me up, and I'm gonna say, "What's wrong?"
Look, I live by myself. I got 2 dogs, right? When my dogs get up, they don't bark. When they get up to need to go to the bathroom, I can hear them. Ain't too many people creeping. The best alarm system is a dog.
Yep.
So the thing is this, and we getting off a little bit, but the thing is this. Let's be real about this. Women now are making more money than men. So they are able to take care of themselves now and really don't need a man for too much.
Right.
The issue is this. Why are we getting into relationships? Because the first relationship should be with yourself.
Yep.
If you haven't loved yourself, it's impossible. You're gonna, excuse me, I gotta say this, Dana. You're gonna fuck somebody else's life up. Because you're gonna bring your fears and your doubts into that person's life. And environment is really, really important. You will adapt to your environment.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How do you feel about revenge and within couples? Like if one spouse do something and then the other spouse say, well, you did that to me, so now I'm gonna do it to you. Like, do you think that? Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Like, one spouse, for, a period of time, one spouse may have done something and then the other spouse, said, well, you did this to me then and this and that. Like, how do you feel about revenge within a relationship?
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as revenge. So here it is. Let me break this down. If you live in the past, you're going to create depression. Thinking about the past and the things that happened, things that you didn't do or you should have did, it's going to create depression. You think about everything that people did to you in the past. Even if you think about good things that happened in the past and you wish you was back in them times, you're going to create depression. If you live in the future,
oh, Kelly, let me let somebody else call in.
Then you're going to create anxieties. I got to move
Guys,
this money.
don't call in.
I got to put this money here. I got to do this. I got to move that. This. You're creating anxieties. We got to live in the now. We live in the moment, right? And so the problem is with revenge is this. Like I said from the beginning, love is an energy. Energy is nothing but action. People only treat you the way they feel about themselves. So if a person did that with somebody else that's who they really are. And so if you get the revenge, unless that's who you really are, you're being phony.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You are outside of who you really are because you're seeking tit for tat. You're seeking revenge. Remember, energy is the only thing in this world that's real. So whatever energy you put out, you will get in return. It might not be you that do that to that person, but y'all might break up one day. And it might be somebody that they really care about or really want to be with. Or the person that they did that with might do that to them with somebody else.
So question. Somebody do me wrong, right? I mean, very wrong. Mm-hmm. And I look for revenge back on them. I'm wrong.
Unless that's who you are. See, if you wasn't doing that from the beginning, that ain't who you are.
Right.
So you outside of self trying to make a point that I want to get you back.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So you outside of yourself and just listen to what I just said. Energy is real. So you're going to get them back just to get them back. And guess what? You might get some old other shit trying to get them back because energy is real. Because you outside of who you really are.
So what do you suggest for a relationship that may be going through whatever? Like, do you suggest that the relationship maybe attend counseling? Like, when do you think that a relationship should be dissolved when it's gotten as far as?
I don't even believe too much in people getting counseled by people that don't know them. See, when you go to counseling, and I've already been through this before, you only going to tell a counselor what you want them to know. You don't even tell your spouse or your significant other. You don't even tell your best friend everything. There's some shit you know about you that you're taking to your grave.
Mama taught me a long time ago.
So counseling only works if you want to reveal everything.
Okay.
And see, everybody ain't gonna be 100% honest in counseling. So the only people that have the credibility to counsel themselves is the two. The two that's in the relationship know each other. See, the problem is we don't talk about our feelings, we talk about our emotions.
But what if somebody do talk about their feelings, but their spouse just play it off as if it's like, oh, that shit don't matter?
Tell me one of your feelings. Tell me your feelings so I can tell you if you're talking about your feelings or your emotions.
Hold on, Coach. Hold on, Brooke. Callie said, forgiveness is for you. Be truthful with yourself and your partner.
Right. It ain't about them. It's for you.
Right. So one of the feelings, let's say, I can give you an example. Okay.
Without getting personal, give us an example without getting personal.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give you an example without really, putting my business out there. But
don't put your business out there because we don't want to know that.
It's nothing that I'm quite sure ain't nobody else go through.
Okay. I've been through a lot, so go ahead.
Encouragement. Like if you have an idea, let's say I have an idea and I say, okay, I think, I want to be a YouTuber. Prime example. Okay, here we go. YouTube. I went to my spouse and I said, hey, listen, I want to do YouTube. I think it's some money here, blah, 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 blah. In the beginning, he wasn't supportive. Even early up to this year, he was like, no, I want you to get rid of it. But some things transpired. But once
Hold that right there. Remember, I told you, love is an energy.
Mm-hmm.
You only treat people the way you feel about yourself. So let's go back to the background of your spouse. Is he a technology type of person? Do he understand that? Do we come up with original ideas or do he go at the ideas?
All right, hold.
Kind of like 50-50 because technology-wise, like he got the latest in technology. He got the latest in technology, but he's still stuck in like 1965, like how things operate.
Check this out. Wait, Duncan. Chef Fat Bastard is married to Brooke. Brooke is married to Chef Fat Bastard, which Malik. They're at the bottom.
Is that in real life or this is just on internet?
No, it's real life.
I'm in the office.
That's why I said nothing personal.
That was
it anyway.
That's not personal, no, because I've already talked about that on my platform. So I mentioned that. That's not nothing.
You gotta remember this. So my wife knew nothing about sports. She never played no sports or anything growing up, right? I really think, and this is my personal opinion, I think everybody should play on some type of sports team at least once or twice growing up so you can understand how teams operate because you're going to run your house the same way. Everybody's going to have a role in the house, right? So you got to remember that everybody got something that they are really interested in. And what's important to her might not be important to me. That's your dream and your goal. And my dream and my goal is the same. But it is my job to support your dream and your goal. It is your job. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this, Coach, and I'm not taking up for nobody. Since Brooke want to go there, I gotta be honest and I gotta keep it real.
Okay.
This is what the problem is, and that's why I ain't want to go there because
why it gotta be a problem though? Why can't this be an issue? Why it gotta be a problem?
It's an issue. It ain't a problem.
It's an issue. If it's a problem, it wouldn't be. They wouldn't be together.
Listen, and Malik, which is Chef Fat Bastard, is looking at it like, look, let's make money behind whatever you do.
Nope, you need to go back more.
Hold on,
wait. See, Dana, that's why you can't speak on this. And let me tell you why you can't speak on this.
Brooke,
no, because you getting ready to say something that's not true.
You can't go there.
No, you're not listening. You have to go. Don't mute me. Before this even came up, yeah, hold yourself, because that's not true. Before any of this even came up,
That's all, Dana.
he didn't like the fact of the YouTube factor stuff. And it was because I was being bullied and cyberbullied on YouTube. Granted, I get it. I had police being sent to my house, all types of crazy stuff happening, right? And I'm saying to him, listen, I get it, I understand. Unfortunately, you know, you're gonna get a little bit of bad, but it shouldn't outweigh the good. My thing from the jump of getting on YouTube was to make money because it is money in it. That's not where that stemmed from. He's talking about something now where we at now, not where we at when
Was
it
he
first
worried about y'all
transpired.
safety?
No, I know. I ain't worried about my safety because I'm from T1215. I ain't
I
worried
know, but
about
I
my safety.
mean, but that don't really mean anything. But I mean, was he more worried about your safety?
No, it was more so because I felt like he just didn't support me, and I expressed that, and I said, well,
Well,
why can't you just support
He's
me
right
in
there
what
on the
I want to
screen.
do?
it's different
Right,
ways to
and listen,
support a
I'm going to give him
person.
a way to talk. Let me just say what it is, because this is not
Okay.
this is not nothing that has not been said. I've already discussed this on my
But you're
channel.
over talking people, Brooke.
No,
No,
she
I'm not,
fine, she
but
fine, she fine. She just trying to get it out, Dana.
exactly. And you trying to tell me, and you don't even know half of it. You're talking about something that's going on right now, and I've done that. That beef and stuff that's going on, I canceled that out because I said if I'm gonna be on here, my goal is to be on here to make money. That's where I'm at. He didn't understand that at the beginning. Once he began to understand it, yes, now it's different. But in the beginning, it wasn't a support thing because he didn't want me to do it because he didn't really know about it.
Okay.
That was what I was asking a question about.
So the thing is this. So can we try to change our perspective in it? Because you know, perspective means a lot on the way that we go into our emotions on things. And I hear you I hear the emotions of how you feel about it. So if you change your perspective on the way he was supporting you, or you feeling he just wasn't supporting you the way you wanted him to support you. Right? If we change our
No,
perspective.
he didn't support me at all because he didn't understand, I guess, the dynamics of it.
But listen to what you're
But
saying. He didn't understand. So it's hard most people do not want to deal with things they don't understand.
okay.
Okay, can I clarify this up?
Okay.
All right, Coach Duncan. It was like this. If you feel as though YouTube is going to be a stream of revenue that's going to for you to do whatever, love yourself accordingly. Now, I'm a firm believer, and I told everybody, and I tell you, per COVID, you had real people and you had fake people.
Right.
When COVID hit, you had a whole lot of internet superstars, meaning,
right.
And the day I grew up, I had to approach Coach D. Coach, what's good, man? How the family, man? Hey, is it possible to rap a little bit, chop it up? I couldn't get on social media and stand in front of Dana's car and your house and make it for. I had to man up. And what I always told her is this social media thing, now that you got COVID, you got a whole lot of fake folks. And the best way to steer clear of fake individuals is to never put yourself in certain situations. Now, her being her and trying to be jolly and genuine devoured too much information sometimes. And it came back to bite her on more than one occasion. And what I said to her was, if this is going to be something that you want to do, you got to strip down everything you did prior and start fresh.
Right. I got you.
What's going to happen is your first apology or someone's apology to you is not going to be the last, because now I know how to rattle your cage. Once I know how to rattle your cage, it's on.
Right.
So with that being said, if this is how you choose to earn an income, or however you have to build it to earn an income, make it so that it just pertains to you.
Right. It's some responsibility to come with that.
But that's not how they like to do things. So what
No.
happened
That's not true. Tell the truth.
one day, them being them, when I was in the hospital, I got a slick phone call. Now, my thing was, okay, so you caught me in the hospital. So between now and the time I leave the hospital, I'm gonna have to make a decision on who I'm gonna be real with and who I'm gonna let rattle my cage.
Right, I got you.
I came to grips with, like, check this out. My health comes first. I'm not gonna feed into sad situation. But like I said, everybody's not the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer of if I approach you and I offend you and I don't know and you don't tell me, I can't correct.
Right. You don't know.
If you say, big homie, man, I don't like how you said what you said, you know, can I get, I apologize, my man, you know, no harm, no foul. And we can go forward. See,
Right.
everybody doesn't look at things that way.
Yeah.
Especially when you hiding behind the keyboard. You
Right.
get a whole lot of MFs and Bs and eat my man. It's a whole lot of real disrespect.
Disrespect.
And at some point, you got to look at what you stand to lose versus what you stand to gain by feeding in.
Right.
And if YouTube is a stream of income for you, get rid of all the BS.
Right.
And formulate your plan accordingly. I can't tell you how to do it because it's your plan, and what works for you works for you. But you don't keep saying that this is going to bring you some income, and a year later, no income. Then you got to revamp your whole situation to see why hasn't it started bringing you income, what you got to change. And a lot of people want the shiny shit. They don't want to put the work in.
But that's not
Everybody want that Rolex, but nobody want to put that time in.
Right.
And this is what happens when people don't tell the whole entire story. Because the story came about, I never told nobody his biological name. I never told what hospital he was in, none of that. And the people who were trolling me, they doxed me to find out that information, and they made the phone call. So of course I'm gonna be upset because I am a protective person. And however things came out, things came out. My thing was, I never said that I wasn't making no money on it. YouTube pay once a month. That's not the issue. But if I had to revamp, which I am in the process of doing now, I don't even come on a lot, like maybe once a week I come on and do the thing. But in the beginning of all of this, he did not understand what I was putting out. So I felt like I was doing it by myself because I'm trying to explain to you, like, hey, listen, this is what, boom, boom, boom. You can make this, make that. Oh, I don't want no parts of it. All right, cool. I'm okay with that. Let me just do my thing on my own. And then when stuff happens, I'm like, okay, well, I know that it happened, but I still got faith. So it's like a lot of missing parts that people don't want to be adding into it. And at the end of the day, I feel like whatever idea, whatever endeavors, whatever you're trying to do, if it's doing something for the betterment of your family, regardless of the pros and the cons of it, if I'm gonna be your spouse, then I have to be supportive of that, not downplay it like it ain't nothing, not make it seem as if, that's stupid, you're gonna make no money. No, well, you ain't gonna make no money. How am I supposed to even feel encouraged if I can't even come to somebody, my mate, and say, hey, how do you like this topic? Do you think this topic is this, without being shunned away? Like, that's what I'm talking about, as in, like, the communication factor of things.
Right. So so y'all gotta understand that, perspective is important. And so a male's perspective of things and a woman's perspective of things are going to be totally different. Mm-hmm. The thing that we got to do is find the medium, like find the common ground on it. When we actually talk. And I think from listening to Malik, that his thing was about safety. And so when you're thinking about safety, because as a man of the house, I'm the protector of the house, right? And so when you're thinking about that, being a protector it's going to be my job to put my life on the line for my family. That's a real thing. That's a real thing. I would have to stand in the front for my family. That's really real, right? Everything else that we're doing ain't really real, but me having to protect my family is really real. So a lot of times we think about safety first, especially when we come from different areas and backgrounds in our life. And like he said, if you know what rattles your cage, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really take much for a person to go into protect mode. The second thing is this. One of the things about social media is this. If you don't have thick skin, it ain't for you. Because you can be doing the best thing in the world. You think you're doing the best thing in your world, and somebody's going to come and talk about it in a negative way. That's why a lot of people don't survive in Hollywood. And Dana could tell you this. A lot of people don't survive in Hollywood because to go to Hollywood and to survive in Hollywood, you got to be phony. Social media has created you or created people to show all the shiny shit, like he's saying, and most of them are not living the life that they claim they are. They're doing it for the money. They're being phony. So if that's the lifestyle or that's what you want to do, who's to say you wrong? Who's to say you right? If you feel like you're right, make it happen. But you got to remember, it's not everybody's job to support what you believe. If that's the case, then we wouldn't have separate beliefs as far as religion and everything else. It's what you believe in, and it's only take one person to believe in it, and that's yourself. Most people need to see it work first before they will come aboard on it, and then help you correct the way you could be safe with it. So that's just something that y'all gonna have to talk out, and you're gonna have to understand his side of it. He gonna have to understand your side of it, and y'all gotta come to a medium. Okay, baby, we're gonna do it like this. All right, baby, I agree if you do it like this, and this is what we show, and this is what we don't show.
So Coach Duncan, so the piggyback off of that, I agree. And I think now, like, he sees it now.
Right.
Like we've had conversations about it. You know, I've shared with him other YouTubers who I've seen that put their, you know, their income and stuff on here. So he sees it now. I was just asking and giving an example of something that transpired. Like we're not there at that part anymore where he feels that way because he's beginning to understand exactly what you said, the ruffling of the feathers and, you know, that stuff. And I used to be easily triggered. Right. And
I just heard you say you from the 215, right?
Yeah.
So you know you easily trigger if you gotta throw them numbers up quick, because you know if we from the 410, but we don't throw them up like that.
No,
but I understand.
No, I'm gonna talk heights.
That's what I'm saying. But I understand you get triggered quick. Like now, let me tell you where I'm from. I ain't worried about them. Like you get triggered quick. But go ahead though.
But the moral of that story is I have gotten a lot better with it. But even if me and my husband is at a disagreement, me and him could just be arguing to the dirt. And if somebody would go online, it seemed like they would have a microphone in his house. And they will just go online and start talking about my husband. And I promise you, I'm getting ready to swing and bang. That's mine. It's like I'm gonna correct them. Y'all not gonna say nothing about him, period. You understand what I'm saying? So it gets to a level now where so like last weekend I had like 2 or 3 people talk about me. I didn't even respond. I didn't even respond to them. I just kept it moving because I want it to be how I planned it out to be. I do want him to be a part of my show because I think he has a lot to share. He's very informative. He has a lot, a good opinion of things. It's just that at the beginning, that was one of the issues that we had, even though it's something, in my opinion, minor. I don't think that was that.
So are y'all having that problem still right now?
No.
Well, we're going to leave it where it's at, and we're going to keep on being in this moment. And because y'all not having that problem right now. So we're going, we got like.
Hold on. Coach Duncan, let me give you the piece of the cake on it, right? He getting ready to start his own podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Right. Hey, because you got it. So guess what? So you can't say he don't support because you made him a believer.
Well,
That's
yeah.
how people became Christians. They made people believers.
All right. Well,
You
yeah,
made them. You showed them. You showed them the evidence was there. You made them a believer. So you can't say you don't support. You made
yeah,
them a
I know,
believer.
not now, but back then. I was
All right,
just
so why
kind
are we talking about it if it ain't happening no more then?
I just wanted to give you an example of what
No,
Because
we
she
gotta
wanted
let
to
that
get it
go.
off her
Remember I
chest
said-
because she wanted to be
No, I
messy.
said, well, hold up, Danny. Remember I told her if we think about the past, we're gonna create depression.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I was trying to give you an example
I
of
got you.
She wanted
got
to
you.
live
All right,
in the
So
past.
both of y'all got a different perspective now. And so we're gonna stay in the moment and we're gonna move from this moment on. He getting ready to start his podcast. You making money on YouTube. Man, we good.
I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna help him build. I'm gonna help him do all that. I'm gonna be right there.
But hold up, you said that you did that from the very beginning, right? When y'all first met.
I've always been supportive.
Remember,
of
you said you came from the family. You came from the family, right?
Yeah.
Mom and dad.
Yeah.
He came from the streets. Father died at a young age.
Yeah.
So you've been doing that from the beginning. You've been showing them.
Yeah.
So what's the difference now?
It ain't no difference. I'm still gonna show
Right.
up.
So why are we beefing about it? Why are we beefing about it when it's the same routine? Remember, you're going to treat a person the way you feel about yourself. You've been doing that the whole time.
Well, let me tell you something, Coach. Now, this gonna piggyback on something we talked about a few minutes ago, right? Revenge. I want payback.
No, we don't do that because you're going to get outside of yourself and now you're going to create an animosity somewhere that's going to cause division.
No, I'm good. I'm not gonna pay back because
No, we're not doing no revenge.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
going
not
to
doing
support,
revenge.
so we're going to lead by example. Being as though you're the strong one in this area, you lead it by example.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
when he
I
needs
am.
help, it's your job because you know more to show him what he need to do.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna be there.
We don't do no revenge. We don't do that. No. No. You don't. I'm telling you, that shit leads to other shit.
You're right. And that's why
And energy is real. It might start off with some podcasts and YouTube shit, and it might move somewhere else.
No, it ain't. It ain't.
Energy
'Cause I'm
is
not
real.
that petty. Yeah, I'm not that petty. I can be petty at times, but I know
But
how to
I'm saying you don't want nobody else to come show his ass how to do it.
Oh, that I don't play. That's one thing I don't play about. That I don't play
Right.
about
So you don't want to, because he's like, well, you ain't helping me, so I got somebody else help me.
And then that'll be a trigger, and I don't think you want that.
Exactly. So don't even put ourselves in that situation.
I'm not. I'm good. I just wanted to just put that out there, but I'm good though. He got my support.
Thank you, Brooke. Somebody was able to get in touch with her. Okay, Callie is back to ask you some questions, Coach.
Hold on, I got here.
Right.
Because he was not looking for that information. She was going to be petty as fuck. Okay? If it wasn't for you, she was going to be petty as fuck.
Yes, Brooke was going to be petty.
No, not me. I'm going to be petty.
Yes, Brooke was going to be petty as hell if it wasn't for
Hey, Dan, I can't hear. Is there any way you could turn up?
What she said? I can't hear it, Dana.
I can't hear.
Oh, she said Brooke, and she said if it wasn't for Coach, Brooke was going to be petty. And thank God that Coach was able to stop Brooke from being petty.
No,
I wasn't. Can you tell him I wasn't gonna be petty?
You gotta remember.
I am not gonna lie for you, Brooke.
I was not being petty.
They said you was going to be petty. They didn't say you was. They said you was going to be petty.
Still is.
Right. And so you gotta remember me. Like, so understand this. I'm a big ass bag of love. I'm gonna explain this to you. Every day you make emotion, you make every decision every day out of one or two places, love or either fear. Every day, every decision
again.
out of love or either fear. They both look alike, but they got two different angles and two different directions.
I'm
But when you think about it, fear is not real. It's an illusion we make in our mind of the worst case scenario. It never happens. So at the end, it's only one decision you should be making things out of. And then you got to say, what would love do in this
Hold on,
situation?
Callie, hold on.
You right. I'm gonna
What
stop
would
being
love
petty.
do in this situation?
I'm gonna stop being petty.
All right.
That's what you just say every time. I say, what would love do in this situation? Because when you're looking for revenge, that's you in fear.
I'm writing it down.
I'm scared something else is going to happen.
Hold on.
Then he going to get me before I get him. I need to do this. That's fear. That's not love. What would love do?
Speak up a little bit, Callie.
Love would. I got you. What would love do? Let me write this down. What?
Hold on.
I'm gonna read
Hold
it.
on, bro.
Put that on your wall and read it every night before you go to sleep and when you wake up. What will love do?
What would love do? Got it. Because I love my husband. Don't get it twisted. I love his ass to death. But I can be petty at times. I ain't gonna say
No, but you only loving him to the level that you love yourself. So the same way that you react to people on YouTube, you loving your husband the same way.
Hey,
not
Callie,
really, not all the time.
give me 2 seconds. Hey, man, look. I'm mad with you right now because I think you about, what, 6'6"?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm only 6
Hold
foot,
on,
bro.
Callie, hold on.
But the fact that you just called yourself a big-ass bag of love at 6'6",
At 6 foot.
man, that shit got me over here dying laughing when you said
I'm
that.
a big ass bag of love, though. That's
Right.
all I do is love.
Dying laughing. Hey, but I really do like the energy though. You bring off like a pastor slash therapist slash coach slash vibe, and
He's all around everything.
yeah, it was really awesome to actually get a different point of view other than someone else's that you heard. Like it was like a no judgment zone. You came in like, look, man, you know, this, and you touched on some biblical things. And I just want to say I like the vibe. The vibe was really cool because for a long time I was getting ready to jump off here and get back to comedy.
I appreciate you, bro. Hey, look, man. The thing is,
Damn, Malik, but that's how you feel?
We only treat each other.
I can't wait till he start his live. I'm gonna jump on his joint and I'm gonna act bananas and say, "Nah, yo, I'm ready to jump off here." Why?
I'm gonna get on. He's doing the podcast, so he gotta invite us on there.
Yo, your man was asleep, Dana. Your man was over there asleep.
He gotta invite us on there, man. Hey, no, but no, on my page every day, Dana tell you on my Duncan L. Anderson, I do thoughts of the day every day.
What's that on YouTube?
No, on Facebook. I do thoughts of the day.
I'm getting him off of Facebook. I'm bringing him over to you.
Yeah, Dana got to straighten me out, but it comes off and it's nothing written down. It's nothing scripted. It's just what I think about when I wake up in the morning and I give you some food for thought to really, and it be real life shit.
I'm here. I got about 2,500 of them. I started right when Blackberry was the shit.
And guess what I did? And guess what I did?
Hold on, wait. Everybody can't talk at the same time. Hold on. Let's do one at a time. Callie, what did you say? Because you're on the phone.
I was not here for it. I just came across it and I started talking, and that's what it is. So Zane is my boy. I love him. Adore him. We come from the church world, the real world, the street world, the Greenmount world. Like, we just love each other.
Oh, I love you back. Oh,
man.
I love it. See, people, we healing people today, Dana.
Oh my God, yo, this is God, yo.
Yo, who from Greenmount?
I'm from Dallas and Lafayette Avenue. So.
I'm from Park Heights.
Right, I'm an East Side guy. But I live in Charlotte now, so y'all can have more.
I'm trying to get as many people from Baltimore as I can.
I told him, man, but I just don't come in my neighborhood. We good down here.
What you coach basketball? What you coach basketball?
I coach football.
Yo,
actually,
look,
I coach pro football over in Sacramento. I coached, I was at I own Holy Dirt. I coached at Holy Dirt. I took Dundalk to the state championship. And then I went to City, and then I moved down here. I took the worst team in the state of North Carolina and turned them around. We beat the defending state champs in the second game of the season or whatever. So I'm actually in the process of starting my own pro football league that will be starting 2023 up and down the East Coast with 12 teams.
So, did you coach high school or college?
I coach high school and then went to pros.
Okay, because I'm gonna have to send you some footage of my son.
What grade again?
He in his second year at college. So
where? What school?
He go to Clark University.
Okay.
But he not going there next year.
Not Clark Atlanta.
Not Clark Atlanta.
I know he go up there where my man Kenny go at, the new Clark.
Yeah, up at
They started their football team like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Navy blue gold.
Yep, that's that.
What you talking about? My kid Kenny that went to City, he play up there. He plays on the line there.
I think he know him. He go down, right?
Yeah, Kenneth, yeah.
Yeah, they go to the airport together. Absolutely.
Yep.
They go to the airport together when they leave like breaks and stuff.
Yeah. So I know what school he at.
Now listen. You gotta be on your motherfucking game.
You just cut her straight off, Malik.
You what? Man, look, Coach
got
gotta be on his game to know about this little. Yo, you know how many people be in their stands?
Right, about 4 people.
Yo, you got 10 people with the commentators. Yo, they stands be empty, son.
Hey, so you gotta remember, like, so I'm deep in this thing, man. I know about a lot of stuff that's going on, but see, so if he got to transfer, tell him to transfer. But understand this: our new pro league that's coming out is called the HGA, Heritage Gridiron Association. We're going back to our heritage. I was working with some Italian guys in California that taught me a lot about how to move some money, and so we actually going to start our own pro team, a pro league. So we starting 3 levels of football. We got A, AA, and AAA. So if you played high school and junior college, it's the highest level of football you play, you will come in on the A level. You got to play on the A level for 2 years to be able to try out for the AA level. If you play Division II or Division III, which your son plays, you will come in at the AA level. You got to play 2 years on the AA level to move up to the A level. Now, A level is going to be Division I players and former got pro experience. All our players will be getting paid, right? But guess how they getting paid? We're paying them through crypto. We paying them through cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin.
Yes, that's big money.
No, we ain't even paying Bitcoin. I just started my own coin called the Holy Coin. So, and it comes from my clothing company, Holy Dirt, my clothing brand, Team Holy. So I started my own coin, cryptocurrency called the Holy Coin, and that'll be the currency that they be getting paid through, and they can change it right back to American dollars at any time.
This nigga got his own. Let's make some noise for that.
Yes,
So I told you I got a chance to get some experience around some people that showed me how to make some money really move. And I'm gonna show our young Black kids, our young Black males and females, how to build generational wealth.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Hey, Brooke, it's 2 o'clock.
And
I'm about to close it out.
All right, I definitely want to. I definitely need to see if I can have a conversation, right? Because I think one of the things that he's thinking about doing is transferring, but he doesn't want to go to an HBCU, which I think is crazy. I don't know why you don't want to go to one, but
I understand why you don't. But go ahead. I went to Virginia Union. We got to do better at HBCUs. I'm just going to say it raw right now. We got to do better. But go ahead.
I'm going to say this. Deion Sanders is doing wonders for the HBCU.
Well, he's leaving.
Let me finish things real quick. Then y'all can talk about Deion Sanders. He's leaving. He's getting ready to take a Big Ten job. But go ahead.
Deion said he's not going nowhere.
Oh my God, Dana, give me a second.
Right.
Just to kind of
talking all night.
Just to tell you the type of football play he is in Baltimore County. 2018, the year he
Hold on, what
graduated,
school he went to?
he went to Parkville.
Okay.
He made all county defensive end. Out of all the schools in the county, he was the only person who had the highest amount of sacks. I think it was sacks or whatever. He's the only person who got that award, which is he got his
Okay.
ball name on it, his number. He made 2018 all defensive end. I think that's what it said.
Did he play in the BCC game?
I don't know what that is.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
the All-Star game.
yes.
Yes, he did. Yep. He played in the All-Star
Did
game.
he play in the Crab Bowl?
No.
So hold up. So what made him end up at Clark then?
He went to Shadow, and then the pandemic hit. So
Right.
of course he had to, come back home, and then that's where he wanted to go. I wanted him to go to Morgan, but that's ain't where he wanted to go.
Listen,
He wanted
he wound up going to Clark because I told him the key to the whole thing with his academics, the scholarship they offered him academically, the scholarship is going to pay for him to go to school. He honor roll
Free.
3.3, damn near perfect. So let your education and with the football thing pay for your ride. Get that knowledge first, because everybody is just not going to make it to the league. But with that sheepskin, you can make some moves. If it just happened, you make it to the league, kudos. But you want that diploma.
Right.
And he went for photography.
Right.
I also think he was going to do like the sports medicine.
Okay.
Now, I'm not knocking it, but I want you to get that diploma first. Let them pay you to get your education. If you make it to the league, cool. If you don't, they can't turn you down with an education. You still can open up some doors and make some moves on your own.
Right.
But
let me ask you this.
Today,
what is he doing on the field now?
They really wasn't letting him get no bump. What happened was last year, the coach redshirted him. So what he did was he had a little attitude. And I said, well, dude, let's look at this for what this really is. You just got another 3-year school. They put you on the red shirt. I put him in touch with some of my mentors who played college ball and all that. Look, take the free money.
Red shirt is not a bad thing. It's actually one of the best things that can happen to you.
Now, when he went back this year, and I follow their games, the coaching staff, the players, everybody just don't got that same heart. And when you playing with 10 other dudes that got the same heart as you, it's kind of hard not to have that same thing. So what happened was, coach ain't really give him no bump. So with you being X amount of miles away from home, you're not getting the bump you want. You want to make
interest.
So, like I said to him today, how about Bowie? Now, because he went to Clark, like I told him, again, I'm saying Towson. Because you want that extra minority money because of your academics.
You said Towson or Bowie? Which one?
Well, I said HBCU.
He didn't want to go to an HBCU, so that's why he said, well, how about Towson?
Right.
I'm the one who said Bowie or Morgan.
All right, look, check this. Check this. Look. It's 2:11, right?
I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You good, coach? You good, coach? Come on.
That's why I told you I didn't want to get on here, Dana.
Look. It's 2:11. Let's come back on part 2. No. Look. Let's come back on part 2.
I'm sorry.
Look, let's come back on part 2 on Monday.
Okay.
But are you available Monday?
Yeah. What? Monday night? I can't stay up to 2:00.
No. We can't stay up to 2 o'clock.
I got a couple real estate deals I gotta close.
But let's start at 7 p.m. on Monday.
Okay.
And then let's take it from 7 to 11.
All right, cool.
Because there's some other stuff that I want to talk about that I know that you will be great at and talking about and breaking the mold and all of this stuff too.
Can I say this before we leave?
Yes, sir.
One thing. The first thing is this. We got to really start believing in ourselves a little bit more than we do and give ourselves a little bit more credit for the things that we've been through in life that created these experiences that now, see, words are the lowest level of communication. You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
Words are the lowest level of communication. Words only explain or try to explain the experience. Just like Malik was trying to explain to me his son's experience. His son only wanted experience. He just trying to explain to me his experience. So words are the lowest level of communication. We get so caught on the word of God instead of the experience of God.
Right.
When words are the lowest level of communication. That Bible is people that's trying to explain an experience of Jesus or experience. It wasn't the Acts. 3/4 of them that wrote in the New Testament never even met Jesus.
Right.
They was going off an account of what somebody else told them 200 years ago. So what I'm telling and saying is this: let's start paying more attention to the experience instead of the words.
Amen.
Because words is the lowest form of communication.
Are you a minister?
Yo, I went to Virginia Union. I was a religion major, and then I got my master's in biblical studies from Maryland Bible College and seminary. So I came out of school preaching, right? And then I realized a few years ago I was preaching the wrong thing. So I started preaching the real thing, which who the true God is, and not the things that we were sold on in slavery. So if you look up, we're gonna get off the phone, but if you go to Google and Google the letter J and see when the letter J was instituted to the alphabet, you're gonna be up all night trying to figure out who Jesus, Jerusalem, Joshua, Jeremiah really was.
I'm third, coach. What's your handle on Facebook?
Oh, it's Duncan L. Anderson. Duncan L. Anderson Jr.
Okay.
I put my whole government over there because nobody don't want me. Nobody chasing me around. I don't have no enemies, so I put my whole government up there.
And just to give an update, Timo was stopped today in the 5th round.
What,
Timo got knocked out in the 5th round.
Right.
Who?
Timo.
What's that?
The fight.
A boxer. You don't know, bro.
Oh,
all right, but look, let's get up off here because I gotta get up in like 5 hours.
That's your fault. That's your fault. Let me show you how to stop that. That's your fault.
No, but that check good. So I gotta give it 5 hours.
Stop chasing the check and let the check chase you.
Hey.
I love y'all. Good night.
Bye, Dana.
I love y'all. Y'all be good, man. Good night. This was fun.
I see you Monday, Dunk.
All right, man. Love y'all. Malik, y'all be good, man.
Love you back.
Brooke, be good. Love y'all.
All right.
What you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down.